What is going on, everybody? Welcome back. It's the Absolutely Unsure Podcast. I'm your host, D Friend, with
yeah, boy, B Neil.
We back in the building for another episode number 70. Big 7-0. We back in the building. So before we get into it, you already know what you gotta do. Subscribe. SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify, all that good shit. Share. You know what? Fuck that. Fuck the subscribing. I want you to share it. Share it with your friends. Share. With your family. Share on social media. Share it everywhere.
Sharing is caring.
Follow on Instagram, Absolutely Unsure Pod or Absolutely Unsure. You'll figure it out. Just type Absolutely Unsure. It'll pop up.
Yes, indeed.
Where else is it at? Follow it on SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, YouTube. Go to the YouTube and subscribe on the YouTube channel. Go do that. I'm looking at the camera right now. If you're on YouTube, you see me doing this. But go subscribe to the YouTube channel right now. Type in Absolutely Unsure. The full episode goes up so you can just see us, live reactions, whatever, hand movements, facial expressions, all that. Live on
stuff.
YouTube.
The goodies.
Absolutely Unsure. Subscribe. And we put the clip. So if you're like, I fuck with y'all, but I ain't trying to watch the whole hour. Yeah, watch a couple clips. It's fine with me. You know what I'm saying? As long as you're getting the content any way you're getting it, I'm fine with it. So go to that for you. That's the main goal of this week's podcast. Go to the YouTube channel and subscribe. Absolutely Unsure. Look at the title. That's how you spell it. Go to YouTube, spell it out. That's all I got for you guys. You know? And do it for me. My car got broken too last week. Just do that for me.
Facts.
Do that for me. My car got broken too the day after we did the podcast last week.
Ain't that some shit?
Do that for me, man.
Ain't that some shit? You say you live in a nice neighborhood.
You think you're moving to the... God, you just think you made it. And then, look, you wake up and you see some bullshit.
What about middle class crime?
What no middle class? I know I did my track down. I know where you went after you got my shit.
Where they went?
Nah, look.
They had some Apple shit? What you tracked them, nigga?
Nah. I know the location to the stores, the area they went to try to spend my money.
Oh.
This is my... All right, car got broken into, right? We're going to talk about it right here. This is a good thing, though. The good thing is that, able to get it fixed, and it wasn't like a fucking big stress, like, fuck, how I'm going to get this shit fixed,
Yeah.
So...
In other words, my nigga got money.
No. Hell no. Don't come back. It ain't no money.
Oh, that's how I started in the first place?
Nigga, I ain't got no money. Don't even try. Look, you try to swipe the card, wasn't no money. That's how you know. Wasn't no money, nigga. You tried. But like you're able to do stuff and you feel good. Like, that's not a big burden on my back anymore. Because some people, their car window get broken. That car window broken for the next month, 2 months. Like, it's broken.
Got trash bags on it.
Like, you're not getting that fixed. I went and tried to get that shit fixed the next day. Well, same day. So, I don't know, man. It's just like, I got that alert that my credit card got used. And I was like, where was my credit card at? Like, did I spend that money? So then I go, I'm like, fuck, they leave my thing in the car, my wallet in the car.
Where they tried to go, bro? Give me a store.
They went to Chevron. They spent $43 at Chevron. That's it. Before I cut that bitch off.
Them niggas was on E.
If you're gonna take somebody's money, don't go to the gas station. What do you go to Best Buy, go get something, go do something.
But you need it. That's like how. It's pointless anyways.
And then like I said, see, this is the thing about this is another thing too. We talked about police last week or a couple weeks ago about what do they do. So the department people tell me, hey, make a police report, do this, yada yada. All right, so I call the police, they pull up. I go out there with them. I tell them I know they got smashed into. What they take? They took my wallet. She writing it down. She go back to her car. I'm like, okay, I got my information. I know what stores they've been to. So I'm thinking we about to do a full blown fucking invest. We gonna catch these guys.
Mm-hmm.
She give me the card and it's like, okay, you can just get to the front office. This is that you just wrote a report. I'm like, all right. So I'm thinking there's gonna be more. She's like, oh, all right, have a nice day. I go to the office. I give them the card. I'm like, okay, they probably gonna pull up the cameras. Like, we gonna do some investigating. Oh, let me make a copy of that. Because, they won't let you in the apartment, so you're standing at the front door like an idiot. Give her the car. She goes. She come back. She's just like, thank you. I'm like, thank you? What? No, like, hey, I'm sorry that happened.
No reimbursement, no
nothing. We're going to look into it. So we're going to try to figure it out.
All they did was cover their stones.
That's fine with me. If shit get broken into again, the lease getting broke. If you ain't going to do nothing, I'm out of here. Now I don't think I'm getting targeted.
Yeah.
So I'm out of here. But
that's crazy.
I looked it up. They went to the Chevron. They went to this place called Bunny Stop. They went to these places like that. It's like the investigation's right there.
Where's Sherlock Holmes?
The investigation is there. Just if I tell you
what pump, what time,
bro. That's all I gotta do. You look at what time these people spent here. You don't gotta do that. This is all I gotta do. This is what you do right here. You go to the Chevron, right? You look at security footage for about like the last couple hours. Just look at the people that's there, document it real quick. Go to the bunny stop. Look at the same. If you see the same person at 3 different locations, that's the person.
Oh, that's easy.
That's the person.
And it's really easy with the gas station. So you most likely it's on a pump, or they like they know exactly what time the transaction took place for the camera to look at.
That shit had me angry. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, oh, I was wishing, even though it was something so.
You ain't never been in a fight before.
Death on him. I was like, death. I wish they would have smashed my window, pulled their arm out, got the fucking glass caught on the whatever. You know, people try to kill themselves. I wish we got caught, and I would have walked outside and seen them fucking hanging off the thing, bleeding to death. But then I got over. I was like, you know, hey, that's what you gotta do. That's what you gotta do. But initially, you get that feel. You feel like you get violated. That feels like you get violated.
You got violated, defriend.
That's what it feel like. Like,
damn.
That nigga really like. Broken on my shit, like god damn. Every time I go out there, now they gave me PTSD. Every time I go out there to take the dog when I get off, I'm like, where my knife at? Because now I'm thinking at all times of night, there's people out there walking around trying to steal shit. I'm like, okay, what's up? But this is what you do. Let the dog go first. The dog distract him, and then you fucking do your thing. So I give you like a kind of like a PTSD. Like every time I go out to my car, I'm like, oh, is my window broken? Is it? Yeah, I was like, what
the white coming out.
Shit. This is real shit. Anybody, don't matter what color. If your shit get broken into for that.
No bullshit. Like especially if your house got broken into, that's even worse.
Yeah, that's a whole nother level. Boy, if my house got broken into, shit, I probably would never invite nobody over here again. I'd be like, fuck that.
Who was it?
Cameras up everywhere. The cameras out there. Cameras over here. Cameras over there. Everywhere. Going to get a gun tomorrow. I don't give a damn. I only got $200 in my $200 gun. But it's all good, man. You know, do what you got to do. They got what they got. And whatever you got from the gas station, gas, or maybe you got some food. Maybe it was a homeless person. I don't know. You know, congratulations. You know, as soon as you see it, that's why you cancel the fucking cars like that. Get that shit out of there. Then you good to go. Don't leave your wallet in the car. You know, that's my fault. But it was an accident. So
yeah, don't leave the wallet in the car, man. Don't leave nothing in the car.
You got any good things, man?
Man, progression. Life be progression. I be progressing.
Life hacks going on. We ain't gonna talk about it, but life hacks. You know, if you know, you know. But if you don't know,
you don't know.
You need to figure it out because it's out here for you. But got a lot of topics to get into. Got a lot of things to discuss. I did a lot of watching historical videos and reading up on things and look at this. We're gonna discuss the Yemen because last week Yemen was a long discussion, right? So I got some background on it. I figured out, okay, this is what
my boy did some research.
This is what happens in Yemen. This is why it happened in Yemen. I see why Yemen is in the state that they in now. And Yemen they're part of Asia. They're not part of Africa.
What's that? Arabian.
They're part of Asia.
Yeah, Asia, but that's what
I thought it was
Middle East. We couldn't figure out what Middle East was.
Yeah, but it's a part of the continent of Asia. I thought it was part of Africa. But,
yeah, we didn't know where continent was.
Because like Saudi Arabia, because you know how like China or Asia and Alaska got that great whatever the fuck that shit called, the Bering, whatever the fuck that shit's called, I don't know what it's called, the bridge that the Native Americans walked across to get to America. Whatever
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
They have that from Morocco to like Saudi Arabia, so I think Saudi Arabia's in Asia and Africa's over here. But anyway, we got a lot to get into. What do we want to get into first? What do you want to discuss, man? What do you want to?
What was it was either Kanye for president.
Let's talk about Kanye for president. That's interesting to me. So they already put out there Kanye. He can't win. He can't even run in 6 places already, right? Can't win. He can't run in Texas. It's past going independent. He can't run in Indiana, North Carolina. I think it was New Mexico, and I think it was New York. There's 6 places, but I only named 5. Can't go to those places. You can't win New York. Can't really go to Texas. You can't go. I mean, you know, the swing states are the place you want to win, but he wasn't gonna. He's not gonna. I just don't. Not this time. Maybe next time.
Oh, you being for like realistic?
If he wants to run,
yeah.
I think next time because America, we're like celebrity driven. Like I wouldn't be surprised. Like say Trump wins, right? Because if Joe Biden wins. It's different because he's going to be the president running again in 2024. So a lot of Democrats ain't really going to try to go against you're already the president. So it's like,
yeah,
there'll be a lot of Republicans running, but we're not going to go against the Democrat, whatever. So if Trump wins and it ends up being like 2016, where it's like, it's open. Obama's leaving the house regardless if you want him to or not. You want hella Republicans and hella Democrats. I'm not gonna be surprised if it's hella celebrities on each side trying to become the president.
The Rock was talking about it.
The Rock, Mark Cuban's talking about maybe he'll run. Kanye's talking about he'll run. You'll see some Republican. I don't really know because people are scared to like come out and say they're Republican as a celebrity. So like you'll see like there'll be some people like, oh, I didn't know he was Republican, but they running for president because Donald Trump, put that battery in their back. Oh shit, he could do it. Fuck it, I could do it. But you gotta have that. You know what I'm saying? Regardless if you like Trump or not, some way he's able to grab the attention. You can't just be a celebrity. You gotta be able to grab attention.
True.
Kanye West, he grabs attention. Now, I don't know if enough people would take Kanye West even seriously to vote for him, but the attention will be there.
I mean, he will get those certain type of people in his party or whatever you want to call it that would help him come up with political stances and things to talk about. Just like with all these other Trump, not have no politic in his bone. A lot of shit that he even get told to talk about is just straight from.
I just can't imagine. Could you imagine like we get Trump for the next 8 years of Trump, right? And then we get like, depending on if Kanye wins the second term or not, we get 8 years of Kanye West being the president.
How you feel about that?
It's just, I mean,
I like it.
I don't know.
I like it more than the regular way. I mean, but then I have another question
like,
to that.
My thing is like, I kind of like people that have shit on them. I don't really trust people that's like the perfect, like, oh, we got
who's perfect?
Perfect. None of them are perfect, but they like to act like.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Like with Kanye, with like a lot of these people, these politicians, yeah, they might have voted for like bad policy back in the day or this or that, but like people don't do enough research in this, they won't even know that. But like with Kanye, oh, his wife did a sex tape, oh, he's done this, oh, he used to demean women. Like there's like, it seems like a real person. Like, he's actually been through real shit.
You ain't gotta do too much real research.
Yeah. Not even that. It's just like he seemed like he's a person who's flawed. He's not gonna go up there and act like he's the perfect. Like Trump, he's not like he's the perfect person. He just go up there and
I see what you're saying.
If you like it or not, but this is him. I'm not got a person up there that's like, yes, I'm Mr. President. No, he got that shit. I think it's over for.
Yeah, I like that. I like that more just because it's like when you say Mark Cuban, Trump. I can't say Trump is a perfect person, but when you think about people just being entrepreneurs and not really being into politics, because we know politics are basically brainwashed in a sense. Like they have one way of going about things, and once people get comfortable with certain ways of life, it's hard for them to change because I mean they built their life on that. But having new type of fresh blood that's not politics in a sense, which they still gonna have to take on some of those, like we said, just on how to talk to people, because we still have conservatives. You still have those people that are politics that's gonna political, that's gonna want to vote and stuff. So you still gonna have to be some type of formal. But even then, it's like I like it because it's like thinking about somebody like Mark Cuban. I can't say that he's a perfect person or anything, but the business mind of things is like I see how he's all his businesses are pretty much successful. We can't go off just that though. How is he as a person and things like that? Because just because you're a business person, you can get like that, like Trump. Yeah, where
usually there's some shady shit. I think anybody that's really, really, really rich like that has done something you could look at as bad in whatever way you want.
But you got to. That's the same thing. Niggas still willing to vote for Biden though, and he voted people into jail. So it's like you got to take with this game. You got to take some of the good with the evil. So like I said, when COVID happened, Mark Cuban took care of his people. Not many other people did that. Nobody had to ask him to do it. So it's like those little things. It's like he wasn't running for office trying to do that. He just did that off the strength. It ain't a pander. Like it's like let's see that ahead of people. But I doubt it, bro.
You kind of got to start building your campaign. Now.
Yeah.
Like the governor, honestly, in New York.
That's true.
Cuomo.
That is true.
All this is he's doing good for his city. He's trying to do whatever, but like.
Yeah,
gears up for 2024. He's not jumping in now. It's too late. It's gearing up for 2024.
Well, it's crazy to us because we live like week to week, 3 months ahead, maybe at the most. These niggas be like 10 years ahead. 4 years. They break it up, but them niggas got 10-year plans. They got shit they got playing 30 years from now.
2013.
Some niggas.
Trump had already trademarked "Make America Great Again" in 2013. And the election went until 2016. Whatever. So he already knew he was going to run for president. So I was like. You kind of got to set those gears and much. Like I'm sure Kanye, he might not really be trying to run this year, but he's kind of throwing the.
He was probably throwing that probably out just even being next to Trump. He was probably trying to grab some conservatives. You never know. You never know. But us, we just look at whatever media say. Oh, he's making. Who knows what he was thinking? Who knows? Yeah, fucking knows.
He could have been trying to do something else with it. But
who fucking knows?
It ended up being his slogan. Make America.
Well, even he said that Well, same thing with Steve Harvey and a few other people that went to go talk to Trump. It's like you still have to talk to the people in office. Like Nixon wasn't fucking a great person, but MLK still had to go talk to the nigga. Like, so it's like, yeah,
celebrities.
You never know what he was doing.
White House secrets. Celebrities usually just pull up to the White House.
And honestly, Reagan was a celebrity, right?
He did movies.
Reagan was a celebrity.
He did movies.
Who else was a celebrity? Dick Gregory was a candidate, and he was a comedian.
Jesse Jackson. Reverend Jackson.
He's a reverend, but
it's like, but
I was gonna ask. That was my other question. How, like, because it's always been a popularity contest, and it ain't always been political. Because even George Washington was a military sergeant.
Yeah.
What was Abraham Lincoln or something like that? Like,
I don't know what he was.
What the story of him? He was like the dude that was a farmer or some shit like that. Like, so it's like. You would want somebody that has that type of values because they'll be connected to them. They wouldn't forget about their parents or the people they grew up with versus somebody that's completely.
You're the military guy. You're the guy who came from nothing to become like the people's champion. Or when you see some people.
So when did that shift kind of? We don't know the shift, but
legacy people like the Bushes and the who else?
Kennedys.
Yeah, like that's just the legacy thing of like your daddy was great. Now you're here. We're gonna put you in as well.
So, but when do you think they kind of got away from that, the family people and things like that? I mean, we wouldn't know for sure because we.
Right, because that's like,
no.
Because I'm thinking like before that it was Bush. It was the family and then Obama.
Oh, he still was a family man. I see what you're saying.
What do you mean family man? What do you
I mean he still was connected to the family. I see what you're saying.
That's his daddy. Like George H was.
But that's not. He still was they still were politicians though.
But you gotta think about it. Obama kind of broke that because. If it wasn't Obama, look who it would have been. It would have probably been Hillary back in 2008. She probably would have beat.
But she's still political.
What do you mean?
They still do political. They still push laws. They still push things like that.
Oh yeah, has it been like somebody
that's kind of outside of?
There's never been somebody who's like not a. Like Abraham Lincoln wasn't like he was a regular dude and then he became like I think he was still like he did Congress and shit like that.
I see what you're saying. But wasn't Hillary Clinton a lawyer or something like that from the jump?
Yeah, she was like in Arkansas with when he was.
Yeah, so Abraham Lincoln.
I was speaking about the whole like legacy part. Like thinking about it would have been George H.W. Bush, then Clinton, then George Bush's son, and then Bill Clinton's wife. So it'd been like legacy. It would have been all legacy.
Yeah, I see.
Obama is this guy a senator from Illinois. I think he was only a senator for like his second, third. He wasn't in there that long. He wasn't like a.
Oh, I got a better question, I guess. So. Have there been entrepreneurial presidents like besides Trump, besides I can't really think of anybody else.
Andrew Jackson was he was a general or something, right?
Yeah.
I think everybody was in. I think that was kind of like a prerequisite back in the day. It wasn't like a real one, but like it was kind of like.
It was a thing.
You need to be in the military. You need to be a high-ranking general. You need to have been a senator, a congressman, or something to become president.
Yeah.
Trump's kind of the first person I think.
Bush was in the army. A lot of people was in the army. Yeah. Even in the England and dude like the prince, he was in the army and stuff like that. And he was a prince. So yeah, that's like a thing. You want to, as a man or whatever, you got to go to the military and become a real American.
Bill Clinton, before he was the president, he was the governor, I think, of Arkansas.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people be governors and shit like that. Yeah, I would. So I was just trying to see if there was any other time where we kind of had people besides Reagan that was kind of famous and was doing other things. And
so was Reagan never a senator before?
I don't know. We could look that up. Was Reagan? Yeah, but yeah. So yeah, I like it how Kanye they just have a fresh. He even come with artistic. When the last time you had an artistic mind in a White House or in what's this shit called in Congress, whatever they had a Congress shit at. Like when the last time you had just artistic people?
Yeah, he was the governor. He was the governor of California before he was president.
But what about before his fame? Like he was the governor. Like for instance, like Schwarzenegger.
He's an FBI informant.
Oh well, who knows? He might have been famous, but Schwarzenegger, for example, how he got multicultural background, famous, and still was in this role, and nobody complained. I can't say nobody complained. People complained about him for sure being a dude, but he stayed there for a while.
He's not. I'm sure there's people like he's not even an American citizen. How's he gonna be the governor of my state? I'm sure there's people that say shit.
Yeah, but ultimately, you put the right people around you and things like that. You can still have your mindset and you can still try to listen and talk to others. Versus where if y'all all have elitist mindsets, which he probably could still have, but he came from harsh backgrounds. I would say.
Talk about that. Let's hypothesize. Is it hypothesize or what's the word?
Hypothesize. Whatever I would think. I don't know.
If Kanye was to run, the next most important thing is who would be his vice. Who do you think he'd make his vice president?
I don't even know.
He met up with Elon Musk. I said I could.
You think it's gonna be another famous person?
Musk was to come and be like, "Oh, I'll be your vice president." Or I wouldn't. Elon Musk does electric cars. He does solar. I wouldn't be surprised if he was like, "Okay, Elon Musk is gonna be my Secretary of Energy, whatever, energy secretary, Secretary of Energy, Secretary of State." Like, who does Kanye put in these positions? I think Kanye would really like, because Trump's was kind of traditional. Like, he got people. He got a general. He got the dude who runs Exxon to be his Secretary of State. Exxon is a global thing, so I'm sure he already had connections with global leaders. You put him in that position. You know, it's like, it's really interesting with the whole kind of thing. How would he do it?
He gonna put Pusha T.
He would Pusha T is, I don't know, put Pusha T in hood. I don't know. Put him in the housing department. I don't know. That's not a racist thing. It's black. Just, you know, put him in the hood. I don't know.
Yeah,
Carson's in hood.
Yeah, I would like it if it was like Elon Musk. And I can't. For me, I know the system's flawed and people still get bought out. It ain't like Kanye can't get bought out or tricked into believing certain shit. And who knows, statistics lie and things like, bro. There's many games they could play at that role because they've been guiding. Like, yeah, I think soon as somebody, because they talk about how can Kanye run shit, bro. Kanye and all presidents, as soon as they get in there, bro, they get briefed. They get told how things go and how things gonna go.
When I was watching the White House document yesterday. They said the president gets a daily briefing from it was some agency every day. Daily brief, everything going on, highly classified information going on, and then they get 2 briefs a day from what's going on in the situation. They're like monitoring everything around the world. Oh, this is going on in Saudi Arabia. This is going on over here. This is going on over here. So they're getting briefed. Ain't like Kanye gonna go in there. He ain't gonna know nothing. He gonna get information every day. Like, this is going on.
But the dangerous thing for me is that I feel that Kanye is not a 3-dimensional thinker, or even further than that. Because for him to be trumped. Well, yeah. For him to be tricked by Trump and the Republicans and conservative, even if he was, maybe in the sense of what we're talking about, maybe he was doing some ulterior motives. Because that's another topic we could probably talk about. But he may have ulterior motives, but if he didn't have those ulterior motives, it's like, yeah, you got manipulated.
I wouldn't want Kanye to be the president. I don't think when it comes down to certain shit that might go down,
but
I don't think he'd have that.
Is Trump a 3-dimensional thinker?
The thing about Trump is I don't think he'll be scared to like pull a trigger, like fuck it, do this, do.
But that's the thing, that's dangerous too. I'm talking about real change. I think Kanye may do something out of compassion, but that compassion is still kind of be twisted. Like, if we talk about like Civil War in the sense of the Iron Man versus Captain America. Like, he may do something compassionate out of his heart, but it still may be wrong or manipulates it, which we all can be done like that. I
feel like the way Kanye is right now, with nothing wrong with being like, oh God,
that's dangerous.
Them world powers are gonna feed on him.
Let's be real.
Putin gonna feed on him.
Let's be real. What we could be saying could be even in reverse, because we was kind of talking about this, not in the same matter, but it's more dangerous that Kanye get in office in this narrative. He could be more like a Hitler, because he could be driven by narrative and emotions, and then push something. And he got following and things like that. And it's like, he's not going to be a 3-dimensional thing. I'm not saying Hitler came up with his own agendas and things like that, but I'm just saying how dangerous when we talk about, that's not a game he been playing with. So it's like, when we talk about Scandal, the TV show, like how that's close to or House of Cards, how that's similar to real life. Like, Kanye not going to be ready for a lot of them games being played. So when you think about how he could be emotionally swayed, who knows it?
He gets swindled in the music industry.
Same with Obama, bro. Like, these niggas don't, he might not have known he was doing that shit in Libya. Like, he might not have knew that he was bumming these innocent people. Who knows how this shit was given to him? Let's be real.
A good example is Scandal today. When I was watching Scandal, this is my new thing. I went from Grey's Anatomy to How to Get Away with Murder. Now I'm on Scandal. All made by Shonda Rhimes. Great shows. They was trying to get the president to go to war with East Sudan. They're like, hey, we gotta go East Sudan. What the fuck going on in East Sudan? So the CIA doctored photos of a mass grave in Sudan, brought him down to the Situation Room. Like, he's like, brief me, what's going on? Look what's going on in Sudan, sir. They got a mass grave of children. He was ready to push the button, but his head of staff, whatever that's called, secretary of staff, whatever the fuck it's called, the head nigga that's like the president's right hand man, not the vice president, but whatever. He said, hey man, I think we need to look into this. I think it's fake. I think they're just trying to get you. He went to CIA, found the picture was fake. So they've been telling Obama, so whatever.
Who knows?
Obama.
Who knows? Same with the oil shit. Who knows with Bush? Who knows? These niggas, like I said, they be puppets because they get briefed. They don't
They're not active.
They don't know where that shit coming from. They're not. Yeah, you can't. They don't have enough time to do their own research.
Well, FBI is more like Homeland.
Yeah, like, and it's like you gotta think.
They can really much get in the CIA.
Who influencing these people? Banks, big business. Of course, we always got to bring that up. It's like Obama not thinking about all that when this shit coming in. Like, bro,
he's thinking, okay, so y'all think this will be good for American interest? Approval ratings? Okay, do it. If they're threatening our troops over there and they're hurting Americans and they're hurting whatever our allies, then let's just do it. Not knowing maybe they're not doing it. Maybe they didn't do it. But
yeah, so
that whole watching these shows, the scandal shit, and I'm just looking at it. There's another show I was watching that was called The Last Survivor. I think this was called. No, Designated Survivor. I told you about that, right?
I've heard of it. I think you should. It
was like every state of the union, they leave behind one person that's like a high-ranking person in case everybody. Some would say they blew up the Capitol and everybody was president, vice president.
Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
he's gonna be the president. Yeah, and that's what happened to him. Everybody blew that bitch up. A lot of snake and shit. And it's not even like you're not getting snaked high. The senators are holding you hostage. The fucking House is holding you hostage. This person got dirt on you. This person got dirt on you.
So many different places.
This is about the it's like the NSA got different. It's like
and you gotta think you got everybody not in your best interest. Everybody not in the same interest. You got conservatives that's in the White House with you giving you information. You got liberals. You got all these different people giving you their own push, and you gotta just sit there and just. They supposed to be trusted, but you don't know their narratives. You don't know their true agendas, bro. And that's, bro. Shit, you got big business like with Trump. He put. I mean, Trump. He put who you said Exxon,
the CEO of Exxon.
So it's like you got everybody got different interests on how they want to attack certain things. You got military interests. You got all these different people got different ways of wanting because the military people brief the president. Like,
because it's kind of like when we're gonna talk about with Yemen and Saudi Arabia. It's like. You got to think about it. Saudi Arabia is oil. If the Secretary of State is Exxon guy, CEO of Exxon, he might not run Exxon anymore because he's Secretary of State, but he still probably has stock interest. He might go back to Exxon after. I don't know how that works, but if you go to Saudi, because with Yemen, we was trying to figure out how did Yemen get to how Yemen got? Yemen got that way from what I seen. Now, I could be wrong. They had a civil war. That broke out. Boom. They broke up. The Shiites and the Sudis and I might even say it wrong, but you know what the fuck I'm trying to say.
Shiites, I think.
Shiites and the Sudis. I
was trying to think of how they say it.
Sudis.
Yeah, I don't know.
Something like that. Sudis and Shiites. I don't know. They're different religions. Well, they're the same religion. They're all Islamic, but they believe.
I'm sorry. Why that's muted? That red thing. It's supposed to be like that.
That's the mic.
Okay, I'll just make
some
sure.
Other mic. That's all.
All right.
One believes that after Muhammad, which I believe is Islam's like Jesus or their prophet, after he died, they believe certain other people should have taken over, right? So they split up, Shiites and Sunni. So the thing is, they broke up. There's wars going on there. Saudi Arabia geographically is in the middle of Iraq, Iran, and Yemen. Let's just say, I don't know this for a fact because I don't know what the fuck either one is. So let's just say they're the Sunnis, the Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
Iraq, Iran, and Yemen are Shiites. Saudi Arabia's like, oh fuck, we're surrounded by these fucking Shiites. They're all at war. They all fight each other. They probably looking at, okay, Iran and Iraq are big powers. They're like, they got the fucking terrorist organizations running their shit or whatever they got going on there. They're powerful. Where's the weakest link? Yemen. Let's just fucking take them. So they start bombing Yemen. Thanks to America. Thanks to the British helping out the Saudis. Because Saudi Arabia says they didn't want Yemen.
So Saudi, Yemen are all together?
Who?
Saudi and Yemen is together?
No, they're like borders. It's like us in Canada.
No, but you saying they allies? Because you said they didn't want to. No. They didn't want to bomb. You said they bombed Yemen, but they didn't want to bomb the other countries.
Because they're like big powers. Like, I'm not gonna fuck with them. I'm gonna go after the weak.
Just for because they got oil and shit too.
Who? Iraq and Iran?
Yeah, Yemen.
No, the thing with Yemen is, from what the guy said when I was watching the thing, the where Yemen is like there's some kind of strait, which is like a port, right? This is where all the major oil goes through.
Oh, okay.
And they didn't want the radicals because they was, when you get that civil war, and especially in them countries, shit just get fucked up. You got regime changes. There's really nobody in power. It's all just chaos. They didn't want the radicals getting the strait, so they said, "Fuck that. We're gonna blow them up. We're gonna fuck them up." Because we want our oil to keep passing.
I see now.
People trying to steal our shit or whatever.
I was just trying to see what reason they had to bomb them in a sense.
Yeah, they did that, and then we were asking, why does Yemen not have no food? Their supplies comes through a port in Saudi Arabia. You know what Saudi Arabia did? They blew it up. So
Saudi Arabia blew up the port for Yemen that receives food.
So they can't get that. They're still in war because now there's some people called the Houthis that are there, and they got a small part. The fucking ISIS people are taking over Yemen.
So it's religion and oil.
They're like it's a whole religious oil thing going on in Yemen. So it's like when we were saying like last week, like they can just pull this stuff up, but when you in there, you really there's nowhere to go. It's like where am I gonna go across the sea to get to Africa? To go to, I don't know what the country closest to them is.
Man, it's some people that do that, bro.
No, some people do it,
these people go, they'll travel all the way to South America, travel all the way through Central America just to get through Mexico, just to come to America. It's like, fuck. And then whole time they crossing all these borders can get caught and sent all the way fucking back. Like when we be seeing like capsized boats and shit with all these people on it. Like, bro, immigrants be trying.
All the way from Africa to Central America to Mexico to get to America.
Bro, and walking through forests, not no motherfucking. We got trails and no trails. Grass grow back every day. them motherfucking vines and shit. They walking through motherfucking wilderness.
But Saudi Arabia do that shit.
Not eating, hungry the whole time.
America's not gonna do nothing about it because they want the oil. We need the Saudis. It's a relationship.
You said they know the prince. You said something about they knew the prince that was involved. Or what?
The CIA and the FBI confirmed that the prince was behind the hit that could put it on this journalist Jamal Khashoggi. What the fuck are they gonna do?
Yeah,
and especially when it happens in Saudi Arabia, like, what are you gonna do to them?
Yeah,
the royal family is worth $1.7 trillion, $1.5 trillion. It's like they got all the money in the world. They got all the oil in Saudi Arabia. Like, don't they got nuclear? I don't know if they got nuclear. I assume they got all the money. They got nukes probably there too.
Yeah.
They're a world power.
Yeah, man. And we allies with them. But it's just...
Well, Obama stopped selling them arms, right?
Okay.
First they was, then he stopped. Then Trump was like, hey, let's renegotiate. Let's see what the fuck going on. Then went there and they did another deal.
Man, I just don't want to get another one of my rants, but it's just crazy because these princes and all them niggas over there making all these millions, and that's like
I can tell you about the millions he's spending and getting because that was in the video too.
What?
He has a house in the Versailles or something that was like where palaces are. The house cost $350 million. He has a painting by Leonardo da Vinci. It's probably a big, nice size painting, but it's a painting essentially. He bought that for $450 million, and he has a $500 million yacht. So just in those
that's almost $1 trillion.
He spent $1 billion.
Oh, billion. Okay, billion.
1.2 something.
I jumped ahead
in those 3 purchases. And he has houses all over London. He has houses.
He spent money like I spent hundreds.
Bro, like, could you imagine spending $350 million in a house? $400 million. I could if I have it. $350 million. Big ass. But I couldn't
imagine it. No,
I could.
I can't imagine it.
Not on the art.
I can't even imagine it.
But you got to think, if you got 1.some trillion, 300 million that's like us spending $360. That's nothing.
I'm paranoid. I got paranoid. Being in a big ass house like that, somebody in here with me.
No, I wouldn't want to be in a big ass house.
Somebody in here with me at all times. But I'm scared.
I'm sure there's like hell of
nigga, every time, bro, you know how good somebody can hide and seek your ass and be homeless in your shit. Be hide and seek it.
Like you got a 50,000 square foot home. Like, why do you even? That's like,
oh, you never gonna catch me in your shit. Once I'm in. Like, it's a maze. Like, bro, I'll be too paranoid. Like, I can get robbed on one side of my house and never know it. And never know it. Like,
you only on this 10,000 square feet. You still got.
I'm on the west wing.
50,000 square feet. You on the 10,000 square feet side. You going through this side.
Man,
you have to go to the 20,000, to the 30, to the 40, to the 50. You can see somebody on the other side of your house.
So, narrative. We go back to the narrative thing. What could America do? That's a legit question.
They said they committed war crimes, so they're supposed to take them to,
oh, really?
The thing
so they actually have reasoning.
Yeah, they have reason to.
Oh, because blowing up the port.
Yeah, blowing up port,
bombing random,
excessive bomb. Like, they can't just go crazy, but it's just like, what they gonna do?
Yeah.
What's the thing where they bring
Korea fake people? We be trying to go to Korea for just building up bombs and
just
shit.
Having shit.
But we know people actively we got people actively bombing people. That's probably the only place that's happening, right? In the Middle East, where we're just actively getting bombed.
Well, a lot of, but it's not just them. Like,
I know, just Middle East in general, though.
Terrorist organizations run some of the places in the Middle East, so that.
But it's terrorist organizations in Mexico.
What are you talking about, like cartels?
Yeah. Second organization in Africa. I mean, that is across Africa. Well, it's like, why y'all bombing Yemen? Why y'all bombing over Middle East? Like, Like, why is that just the place? Like, it's terrorist groups everywhere.
Bro, the Middle East
weird.
It's
like all the fucked up shit go on with the oil at.
A couple of years, that's really what it is.
Venezuela, all these places.
Look at the Middle East. It's always like revolution. They tear this guy down, and the next guy comes up, but the whole place is shit now because they tore everything up. Everything's been war ridden. People are hungry, famished. This, that's like.
But you gotta think they keep the oil low for them.
Bro.
If you keep the place fucked up, the oil stay cheap for you. It's just like having cheap labor. Yeah, but it's still profitable. But if it was a built up place, like one who said it was one place where, not Switzerland, but it's one place where wherever they at, the citizens are getting paid yearly a good some amount for pulling out oil. Them business want to technically pay that. You might want to pay that tax if you really trying to make this bread. So yeah, you keep the place low, you keep the people uneducated, you keep the place, because even then, America got a video. There's movies about it where how they go in, they cause a bunch of turbulence, fuck up shit, knock down regimes and shit like that, and then go in and make money off the shit being chaotic. So yeah, even they might have did that already or constantly doing it now, but yeah, it's in their benefit to keep that shit fucked up over there. Like, that's the only reason it makes sense to keep bombing it. Like, same with Venezuela, they're not bombing it, but the inflation and all that shit, bro, that shit it's not for no reason, bro.
All the money at the top.
Yeah, it's no for.
The president gave all the shit to his homies and these people, and the people leave y'all all fucked up. And that's where the uprising comes, and there's going to be a loud voice that's going to be with the people, and they're going to overtake you, and then it's going to get switched into this guy.
But see, the same thing is happening.
Is it going to be bad or good?
Let's talk. Let's kick game. Same thing's happening in America. The chaos, the unrivalness or the tension or whatever. It's not what's happening in Venezuela, but it is. All the money's in one spot, but we're not thinking like that. We arguing with ourselves. It's still tension. Yeah. So you keep all us arguing all this shit, prices stay low. We don't get educated, and shit. If shit get worse, I still can capitalize in a sense. It's not gonna. Yeah. I know it's not sane to think like, oh, why would they want to make money while it's a civil war and shit like that? But bro, if they keep shit turbulent, people, they still gonna find ways to get jobs. They still gonna have people, military people working. Like they still gonna have people moving, making moves, bro. So even then, if they destabilize America, they could kind of knock down some shit. And then they got all the power. So if they destabilize America, they rebuy everything back up, and it's like now the people don't got nothing. No houses, no businesses, no nothing. So yeah, if the same with martial law. You come in martial law, y'all can just do whatever y'all want. We don't have no say. So yeah, the depopulation of America may be in order too. Just not with the bombs and shit.
Yeah,
but
true.
I didn't want to cut you off. I just want to. My bad.
It was something like how you see the chaos going on. You see the unemployment rates. The only thing with America is we don't have like a lot of these countries where it's like you have civil unrest and you have like we're trying to take down the government and switch it out and switch regimes. There's nobody who's like, say America was to go to a civil war and we take down the government and we take down whatever, and like say the resistance wins, who is that voice that's like everybody looks to like that's the guy. Most places have that's the guy we're gonna, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna rock with him.
Yeah. It go back to me. I get your question, but it go back to me saying we're gonna fight each other, and they're not fighting. Like, we're gonna kill all each other and all this shit, but them niggas still gonna have land.
So it's not. So pretty much, it's not going in America. It's not gonna be a regime change type thing.
Yeah,
it's still gonna be the presidents or whatever.
In Venezuela, they knock off the person that wasn't listening to him to get another person there. Still corrupt. They corrupt for them now type shit. So even then, like.
Well, I'm thinking about the most extreme things, like like. You look at a guy like Castro when he was first coming up. It was the resistance. He knocks off the guy, and he's the nigga. Hitler. Hitler was whatever. He was allowed, like they said, he was like a loudmouth guy on the route who was very extreme in his views. Mm-hmm. He slowly but surely knocked this dude off. The dude who was the president made him the chancellor because Hitler had a big, what is it called?
Rebel forces or rebel groups. They'll have their leaders that they build and put up. Natural people to take over and just in general, but. My thing is like once they take over, once the fighting and things happen, you still have a lot of those same people that was in power in play. Like,
the senators ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, I mean, for me, like the military will have to stop fighting for the niggas. Cops will have to stop fighting for them to lose all their power.
Yeah, that's true. They're not gonna turn their back on the government.
Yeah,
officials.
so it's like we're gonna have rebel alliances, and things could still be legit, but you gotta think people still gonna want to join Germany because it's easier and more comfortable to do that. Because like we could say it's a rebel alliance and shit like that, but hey, y'all can still come join us, and y'all can still live a somewhat normal life, even though we still at war civilly.
What do you mean they want to Germany? What do you mean?
So we'll have the rebels that's fighting for our freedom, and then you have these elites that still have their power and stuff like that. They're gonna still have society. It's not gonna be the same thing we have now, but you still can get a job, you still have a life, and you don't have to worry about our forces attacking you. Because these rebel people gonna getting blown up and shit.
Yeah.
If we go to war, these drones and shit gonna be out here, and we're gonna have to raise our game up and shit like that. But that's just life. If they get to that, so people not gonna want to go through that. The people not gonna want to keep getting bombed. And it's not. We traumatized. I understand the shit. Trust me. Yeah. They go back to raising our bootstraps. Like, nigga, I'd rather just not be seen.
I'd rather just chill. I'm like, hey, whatever y'all gonna do, bro, just do it.
In that sense of where there's gonna be two sides. For black people, there were two sides. Some black people stayed slaves. Some black people decided to go fight in the the Union Army. I wonder if there was any black Confederate soldiers.
I'm sure, like, hey, Negro, get out there.
Maybe forced though, but I'm talking about like even if their willingness is like, irrelevant. Yeah, like so yeah. Like, so, but even then, like you had a choice. Like they could have went to go did their own shit, but they're like, we're gonna go join their shit because they got their own little So they can. I see how. They'll still have their power. They'll still have people being able to work and run some of their operations, even though we're in a civil war. Because people gonna still want to have some type of comfortable life. So, yeah, we'll have to get rid of the military to get rid of that certain fear, and just police too. They count as military, but yeah. Because like I said, them people gonna still have power. I don't see no other way.
I just don't think it'd ever be like a situation like
who taking the nigga that's who gon' I'm sorry, bro. I'm cutting you off, but who gonna take the nigga out of power that's spending $350 million? Like just because you gotta go to that nigga house and shit. You gotta go and it gotta be a riot.
Everybody would have to be fit at that point.
But even then, it's like that nigga gonna be on a plane, helicopter, movie shit. Like once he see the civil unrest got that bad, and they coming after him like, oh damn, my money can't protect me. Niggas turning on me. Yeah, he may get got, but all of them not gonna get got. Some of them niggas gonna get away.
But most times you see regime change, like what you said, the only time it really changes is when, it ain't really necessarily when the people flip, it's when the military people flip. Mm-hmm. When the generals flip on you. That's when the shit get changed.
Facts.
Like if you look at Hitler.
Movies say it all the time.
When Hitler was coming into the game, he had these stormtrooper military guys, 3 million strong. The president of Germany was like, "You be my chancellor. You run the government. Like I'm the president, and you're the I don't know what chancellor would be.
I get what you're saying. Yeah,
like you
military sergeant or whatever.
You run the government, and then Hitler played his role. That president dude died. Hitler became that person, and they got like the SS and the SA. Hitler killed all his opponents, and it's only me. You know, so." I don't think it's like I just don't see that happening in America.
Question.
I don't see it.
So, question: did Germans get killed for housing Jews?
Yeah,
exactly. My point is that so you might not even have been like so if you holding rebels and you're not against them, like, but you can't even do it because you at risk of your life. So you gonna naturally just be like, let me just. So like I said, not people actually in the army, but actually Germans, they might not have hated Jews at all. They might not have hated the rebel cause. No, they're not rebels, but they might not have hated them at all, but just using it to my example. But they still couldn't do anything because it's like, I ain't trying to get killed.
Yeah, he too powerful.
I ain't trying to get killed. So
got too many people.
Yeah, people gonna still feel that way. But you take you get rid of. I don't know what movies it is, but once them soldiers fall, that general can talk all that shit, but the soldiers just looking at you like, nah, we not moving an inch for you no more. Like we don't want to fight for you, nigga. Like not, and it take a while. It take a while because these niggas really programmed. Military people, they really programmed.
When I was watching that documentary on Hitler, he was walking through the crowds and people was doing all that hand, that whatever they do when they see him. They was like,
look at this, like Korea. All they got is Korean shit. They only fed Korean propaganda. They don't get no outside shit. Like, think how programmed they are.
Had a minister or whatever they call it of propaganda. Like, you know, maybe like Secretary of State, Secretary.
All of us have it, but they mastered.
We don't have his name.
They mastered it. Yeah, facts. Like you're right.
The president doesn't have a Secretary of propaganda, but there probably is.
It's called the media consultant, but let's keep going.
The press secretary.
Press secretary or whatever.
Minister of propaganda. But yeah, it's just the fact that they went on like it was just like Hitler was going on tours. Like he went like to 20 cities in 7 days, just spewing propaganda about Jews, the takeover, the Aryan nation, the New World Order. They're trying to do all. It's like
they go back. You said the military, and they go to the propaganda and things like that. If we go to fight Korea, we probably fighting every citizen because the citizens are so connected to that propaganda.
I don't know.
Like you have to. We don't know how programmed they are. From what we get though, how we're told they're programmed, we thinking they all gonna go crazy for Korea. We know that's obviously not true. But
they might be like, thank God.
They gonna have they may have an 80, but even then they gonna have an 80. They may have a higher percentage of everybody wouldn't go to war. They said the same thing about China. If we go to war against China, they're so programmed. They're so just connected to their culture. You have to disconnect them people from their same way. They talk about America. It's like if China came to America, you ain't gotta worry about the American people. We ain't fighting y'all. Y'all gotta worry about them niggas. And once y'all take care of them, we gonna work for y'all. How much y'all paying, whatever. But you can't say the same about somebody in China or somebody. I can't say China, but somebody in Korea because we just talk about how censored they are. But even China got some major censorship too. But yeah, with that
China's
shit,
got like they just, when they don't like something, they cut. It's kind of like Korea. Like, now we're cutting it off. Now I think people in China.
I think China a little free though. Yeah,
a little bit more free. Freer. But like China still. Look when the NBA was talking shit about China. What they do? Fuck you. You're not coming.
But yeah, China be having their protests and shit. They just don't let us see them like that. But we ain't seen a few things in Asia.
Shit, they was trying to free Hong Kong from China.
Yeah.
No, bitch. We're killing y'all. The rebel force.
Nobody talked about it. Shit like that.
It's not happening. We're not doing it.
So, but if you disconnect the people like them. Obviously, you'll be like, okay, we could beat them. But obviously, you wouldn't be able to. America versus China, bro, we got to equate all that people as being a standing army. Even if they're forced to. Even if for America, kind of, with the draft. But I don't think it's every citizen that's qualified. I don't know how they do. I think criteria. Yeah, I don't know how China qualification is, but almost like every citizen or soldier.
No, I'm sure in some of these countries, like it's mandatory for you to serve in the military once you get at least for 4 or 5 years, or something like at least 4 years. Even women, some places women like. I'll be watching this dude on YouTube. His wife's from Israel. She was talking about like when she turned a certain age, like she had to go and like serve the military. I seen even like this professional soccer player dude was like a cold soccer player. I don't know if he was in China or some Asian country though, but like, hey, all right, dog, come on back. You gotta serve your fucking 2 years. Bring your ass on.
The same with Yao Ming. They was making Yao Ming come back home for some shit not to.
They was making Yao Ming send all his money back home.
Yeah, I remember that.
They send all that money back to China.
And like, you a citizen, but we couldn't get you. That's crazy. They couldn't get you. They just make up a charge and extort you. Well, China and America, that's free expedition.
Well, no, because China don't extradite Chinese people.
Huh?
China's not going to extradite their people
to America.
No. You ain't seen Batman when the dude was like, with the Joker, he was like, I'm taking all you guys China.
I feel you.
China ain't going
but I think America will do it because America is about their money and shit. Yeah, but even then, you seen how
you escaping persecution. Because think about Enos Canada. They ain't sending Enos Canada back to Turkey. And they put out a Interpol.
Turkey not as powerful as Turkey's powerful though. That's true. But they're not as powerful as China.
That's true.
Because you gotta think how quiet they was about to. LeBron was about to get canceled. For if he would have said something wrong about China, nigga, Mark Cuban, like niggas was rich niggas, like bro, niggas was like, you gotta shut the fuck up about this China money, nigga. We don't play about that China money, so yeah, I can see them. I can see them. Yeah, bro. Even movie industries don't care about the box office shit in America. They be what China people watching? They like Transformer. All right, like roll out number 7. Transformer, Born from the Sun.
You get the bootleg from on the website. You see, it's the Chinese at the bottom.
Yeah, exactly, bro. So yeah, niggas ain't fuck with that Chinese money. If China want to expedite Yao Ming,
expedite shipping.
What is it called? Extorted or what?
Extradite.
Expedite.
Nigga, we got that nigga.
Expedite that nigga expeditionally.
Back to China. I think live in China.
Yeah.
But you hear big Chinese thing. Like, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, why not? I mean,
it's probably like a legend there.
Yeah, well, I mean, if Africa was like how, if I was from Africa, nigga, I would go back to Africa if I made money in America. I mean, I was sure if Mexico was cultivated, niggas probably wouldn't come to America, but they'd come to America, then go back home. Like if they, I would almost be certain. Like nigga, my language, my culture, my people. Yeah, why wouldn't I?
Like communists in China. I mean, he's rich, so I guess it's like they're used to it.
Even then, bro,
their thing.
They communists, but they program that. They don't know what democracy is.
I guess that's true, but the difference is when you come to this place, you you're looking at people like, y'all can just go here and do that and do this.
Yeah.
Like in China, we can't do none of that.
Yeah.
Women can't just do this.
But you gotta think that they look at us like sins when you can do all these different things.
They probably do look
it's even when we go to France and shit, they like the nasty Americans and shit like that. We can say the same thing about them.
You French.
But
I'm Italian.
We be calling them musty and shit and things like that. So it's like, I'm sure when they come over here, some of them be like, oh, no, I'm into, because a lot of Chinese people are Americanized. Let's be real. Like we said, they got riots. It ain't just like they fully like we don't know how Korean is. We really don't know because we don't have an inside look. Yeah, but
when they do like their little milk.
But it's so guided, and you gotta. But I'm sure they got some shit that's probably on some dark web they gotta push through and shit. But it's like YouTube probably ain't gonna pick it up or whoever. So it's like, who fucking knows how that works? But I'm sure they got their own shit going on. It's probably even. That could be having a civil war. We wouldn't even know.
We don't know what the hell going on. They thought Kim Jong-un was dead for like 2 weeks. And he popped out like, what's up? I ain't dead.
Yeah.
All you niggas who tried to take over while I was gone, y'all gonna be dead next week. I see y'all.
It go back, bro, to how you said people gonna come to America and then kind of be like, and then how different it is. But people can't let shit go. Just like people can't let go of 4th of July. Some people just gotta
man, this thing.
Some people just gotta celebrate.
No. Hey, let me just PSA people who is, because cancel culture people are just so. I don't get the issue with, if you want to celebrate 4th of July, you live in America, it's fine, whatever, do what you like.
Celebrate your roots.
Celebrate, you live here, you got some freedoms, you're doing whatever. I know slavery was there, it was horrible, it was bad, like my cool hands coming out. I'm just like, it's like, bro, it's like, all right, dog. It's not even the fact that if you don't want to celebrate it at all, I get it. If you, the reason is, hey, black people still got shit going on, it's bad, slavery is bad, I get that. But you people who are like, just doing it because you're scared of other people's opinion about you celebrating 4th of July, dog, stop being pussy. Just fucking celebrate the goddamn holiday. Don't tell me how you weren't really celebrating, but you was eating a hot dog. You was doing this. You popped some fire. Bro, it's okay.
I will compare it. I will compare it to.
We just said communist Russia, communist China, Saudi Arabia. You fucking win.
Yeah, you got the freedom, bro. That's a problem. That's a lot. That's a lot of problem. Well, especially with cancel culture, like you said. But a lot of things is just we shouldn't even be canceling. Like, you can't cancel Kanye for being for voting for Trump when you participate in a democratic. Like for me, I don't vote, so that's a different story. But for somebody that votes and participates in that shit, you can't be mad for somebody being conservative or Republican. So when you try to cancel them, it's like, what kind of games are y'all playing now? Because
honestly, in life you gotta take the good with the bad, bro. Like a lot of these countries that you would want to like. Because I don't want to keep preaching like that whole, if you don't want to be, because that's not, I don't really believe that. If you don't want to be here, I believe that people can have grievances with their country.
Yeah.
But the whole like, fuck America, America is the worst country. You must not do research on other countries. Because you got to think about America. You could be like,
all of them trashing me.
Bro, last year to this year, we talking about like being able to do better in life. A lot of them other countries, wherever you at is where you're going to be at. There's no growth for more economically. There's no growth to go somewhere else and economically boom somewhere.
Unless you're trying to travel through Central America.
You can be go from zero to millionaire, trillionaire, not even fuck a millionaire. Just being able to provide for yourself and not worry about shit. From 1 year to 1 year.
Even if it's minimum wage.
A lot of these countries, wherever you at, is where you at.
Because you gotta think.
Slavery, horrible. No, you don't have to fucking say slavery. Sorry. You already fucking know it. Like, it's not even a thing.
Yeah. And our slums is not their slums. Their 725 and that a shitty apartment that we think is trash is the fucking life. Yeah. They got AC, you got all that shit. So yeah. People, it's like, it's a lot better.
You don't want to celebrate it. You just want, and this is another thing. Everybody, Juneteenth. Y'all niggas wasn't celebrating Juneteenth like y'all niggas celebrating 4th of July.
Hey man, don't what are you trying to say? You gonna cancel them?
Even if y'all are saying, because y'all are still, people are saying, I'm not celebrating 4th of July, but you have the barbecue, pop fireworks right there. You're doing something. You can be a family gathering, whatever you want to call it. It's 4th of July. You're doing this day. You didn't do it last weekend. You didn't do it for Juneteenth. For Juneteenth, you just post about Juneteenth.
But you just said they should celebrate it.
Huh?
You just told them they can celebrate it.
They can, but don't stop trying to make it look like you're not doing it when you're doing it. Because they're scared of people saying. I've seen people on Instagram saying, "I will block you today if I see you wearing red, white, and blue."
Oh my god!
Oh, chill.
Oh my god! Okay, you're so radical.
You can live in America and like the freedoms and things that you have, and still be against police brutality. Like, just because you against police brutality, you still kind of proud to live in a country where it's free and you, like, just for anybody, any race, any whatever. I'm sure white people that live in certain countries like Russia, like that, they don't have no freedoms. Black people, if you go to certain places, you don't have no freedoms. Gay people, you go here, you don't got no freedoms. Women, it's like, because I don't want to just break it down to minorities. Like, oh, minorities, you need to go. Whatever you do, whatever your jive is. Transgender people, they got a lot of hardships. It's like, you know, you got a long way to go as far as people accepting you, and I get that. But it ain't no like, fuck America, America's the worst country, because there's plenty of motherfucking places you can go to where they won't even let you walk around. You're dead. They won't let you do it.
So we should have more civil discord than this council culture.
Discuss things more. Like, if you feel a grievance, that's fine. It shouldn't be throw the whole shit out. Like, America is the worst country in the world. We hate it. When we know there's countries out there that are way worse.
I agree with you when you say you had a different point, but when you said that it's not as bad, things are not as bad as it seems, and I agree. If we take a deep breath and just look back at things, or not look back, but look at things how they are now, we can figure a lot of things out, diagnose a lot of things. But why the fuck did I even say that? Got in that shit.
And like, cause I know there's still people in America that.
It's just not great here. Yeah.
I'm not saying America's the greatest. They have no flaws. You should be. But fuck it. You live in America. You should never have any gripes. Like, you can have gripes, but like, let's not act like this is the worst country to live in the world. It's the worst.
It's such a layered conversation, bro. Because what do you say to the parents of somebody that just got murdered by the police? Like, tell them to talk to the court civilly?
Well, no, they was like, you can have your grievance. You can still like say things or whatever. I'm talking about the people who like literally like, fuck America. This is the worst.
Yeah, I guess. Because just because
those people,
I agree.
Have an issue with something that goes on.
That's what you're saying.
You can have issues. I'm not worried about having an issue. Because even gay and Trump repeals getting married, or if you're a transgender, he repeals some kind of medical thing. You can have that grievance against you, but like the totality of living in America is better than living in whatever.
I think the flawed statement. Not the flawed. I know. The odds and the numbers, if you was to compare it to other countries, are way worse. That doesn't mean we should glorify and be happy with where we at now, but we should recognize that and build on it instead of complaining, bitching, counseling, and just going furthermore. And shit gonna be like these other countries. Yeah. I feel that.
Because like we said, it's economically, right? You could be this and get to here.
Yeah.
I know everybody don't, but everybody, because people like to focus on, but everybody doesn't. Everybody nowhere. Everybody anywhere. It's not gonna be equal everywhere. Not everybody's gonna do good, and everybody's gonna do bad. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be tough for some people.
Man, it's so fucking layered, bro. So I just bring up, and I bring up Vanessa
Gilligan. I know it's so like that, but the girl who got murdered. How
do you when there's habitual rape cases, habitual just disgusting acts in the military, you got to counsel something. It's like
it's kind of like,
it's like how personal.
It's kind of like, do you have the women with the men? Like the women need their own bases. Like, I don't know how to.
It's still things will go on. Things still will go on with that. So I can't say it's about dividing them, but it's like, who do you counsel? You counsel the military. You can't it's
because
so weird.
Because that's a nuanced thing too. It's like, because people just bring up how many, like, you got to think of it was a cost benefit analysis or whatever. Like, say that happens, whatever, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's not like using statistics, because I don't use statistics in somebody getting raped, because that's a fucked up thing. But it's like, you don't cancel the whole, what's it called? You don't throw the whole baby out with the bathwater because of one or a couple of instances that happen. I think it's fucked up. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's that everybody is on their whole, like, we're against, you know what I'm saying, establishment thing, so it's the military's fault, or was it really just this dude who was a piece of shit?
But they have
they chopped her because they were scared.
I know you said it's not a big number as far as rape when you compare everybody, but it happens a lot.
It probably happens a lot. It's probably a lot of uncount. Even if I brought up a statistic of only 1 out of every 300 women in the military have been assaulted. Like, there's probably tons of them that probably have been.
Yeah.
So statistics, I don't think people use statistics.
Okay.
Can be skewed.
So let's say this. You do have the council of military because these women, at some point, not now, maybe they got tired and don't even want to talk anymore. But at some point, they were coming to these people. They were documenting, they tried to have reports, and people ignored them. So ultimately the people that ignored them was accountable for these actions, and these people a lot of times are in certain powerful places that excuse these behaviors. So you have to check the military as a whole, and I think we just need to have we need to realize obviously with murder, with taking with the military and understanding how we need to move about that in the police, those are big topics. But when it comes to Twitter, social shit, it should be we know we have our cardinal sins as far as a society. Yeah. Rape, murder,
the nigga that broke in my car.
Oppression, for the most part. And we need to, because let's be real, we get too lax in broadening out how we define things, even from rape culture. Yes, there's sexual harassment that leads to rape culture. Don't get it twisted. Yes, there's sexual harassment that's horrible. But somebody may sexual harass somebody that's a teaching lesson, but you're calling him a rapist. Yeah. So now, if we keep going down that path, how that it just gets if
it goes unchecked.
Yeah. Well, no. If we just call everything rape, we lose sight of what actually rape is. So now we're
the Me Too movement. It's okay,
we're criticizing.
Bill Cosby raped this person. Harvey Weinstein raped this person. Prison canceled. They're done. Mm-hmm. Oh, this guy, even though it's still some kind of sexual, this guy grabbed my butt on the elevator.
Exactly. Exactly.
You don't lump everything together. Not saying
because sexual harassment. It's his own, but it's his own.
Don't throw box. Rape.
It's not a part of cardinal sin.
This is what they did with that whole Me Too thing. It was they put everything on an umbrella, and the umbrella of any kind of sexual harassment, any whatever, is rape. Rape culture. It's all under that.
And it can be a rapey culture. It could be. I don't misconstrue that. I get that. I get how it can be, but we need to understand that real rape, it will be minimized if you compare all that other stuff, because now you adding all these other problems you need to take care and focus on, and we still haven't focused on the actual victims getting raped. Yeah. The actual sexual harassment, we need to build a field for sexual harassment cases. We'll need to lump everything in together because things get confusing, where now one man that says, or one person maybe just understand that something sexual harassment and be arguing with that point and go into something else. And we arguing hey, that's sexual harassment. You no, that's rape. That's rape. It's we can't even get nowhere because what we think is this and that. We can't even categorize it perfectly, because if I say something sexual harassment, you call it rape, now I'm canceled. Yeah. But it is sexual harassment. So categorizing our cardinal sins and understanding and boxing those in, and then we can kind of focus more on how we could, like I said, get into the military and the police systems and what we need to take care of first. Because that's how it is. The cardinal sins, those most dangerous things that's happening, has to be taken care of first, because those are threatening people's lives. And ultimately, life is more sacred than harassment and all these other things, because that's the ultimate form of harassment, is taking somebody's life.
It's you hear about Russell Simmons, right? You hear this girl say he raped her, this girl say he raped her, this girl say raped her. And then Amanda Seales comes out with a thing saying, I got on an elevator with Russell Simmons one time and he looked at me and said, did we have sex before? And I was like, I get how that could be weird and awkward.
But it's not the same. It's not the same.
Don't lump it in with the Me Too of that.
They say that all the time.
I guess the thing with that is they said that to maybe he said that to her, so he probably did rape those.
And it's maybe, but that's a dangerous. That's a dangerous. That's a dangerous thing to correlate, and he maybe ran the body because he know there ain't no justice for him when it comes to those type of cultures.
Especially when you see if it's if it becomes everybody is on the Me Too movement, which they should be, people that actually,
especially when you know.
Raped. But if it comes down to, like I said, how I think it's dangerous for the whole believe all women mantra, that's dangerous, because if rape,
I was just gonna say that,
come down to just somebody saying that I raped them, you automatically go to prison if they just say it. Yeah. I don't know if I want to live in that world. I don't live in a world where somebody can say something.
And even then, the women that actually got raped would not feel justified. I feel like I got echoey right there or something. I heard it. This shit weird. But the women that literally got raped wouldn't feel justified if these other women claiming rape that just got talked to dirty. And it's no, y'all forgot about what really. And so it's the same when they say it's not the exact same, but it's similar in how it kind of minimizes what real rape victims, because people that claim they got raped that really didn't, literally claiming, not just saying he talked to me dirty or whatever, literally claim this person abused me and things like that. And now the other side or whoever is not looking at it or know that person didn't do it, it's well, I ain't gonna believe her, and then
you ruin the whole thing.
Yeah, it's it's a dangerous form of things, but when it's close to home, we all know how we could easily be programmed to be polarized toward one way. Same with how Liam Neeson, that one instance could have made him hate black people for the rest of his life in a sense. And it's not reasonable in a sense of logic, but we understand how it can happen.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you false claim and crying wolf, you cry wolf, bro. You're minimizing, period, the ones that actually, and I say it's the same because you miscategorizing it, even though it's not. It's still fucked up. It's not cool, but it's not rape, and it's also not you lying, but it needs to be boxed in perfect or where it needs to be. Because it's just like with anything with diagnosis, bro, you need to be able to label it properly.
It's kind of even like with the Black Lives Matter thing. It's like, boom, we have these.
I wanted to say that, yeah.
These major events. We got George Floyd, we got Breonna Taylor, and then you bring up something like that is still a serious situation, but it's like you bring up like, oh look, this nigga follow me around the store, like that's fucked up because everybody's had to happen to him, but like, don't bring it in.
All these racist and Karen shit.
Yeah.
That's not the same as police brutality. Yeah. Now the gun even the gun being put in the face, I didn't look at the video, but I seen that she was enticed or egged on. Stop fucking with people. I don't give a fuck or none of that shit. You just ain't adding to the shit. You ain't making shit better. So even to the, like you said with the Karen shit, bro, that's not the real problem of what that shit's taken away from Trayvon Martin. I know it adds the prejudice.
The thing that people will tell you though is those situations can lead to.
It's true. It's true.
Getting killed. Like the girls on the Birdwatch list, they charge her with a hate crime. You seen that?
They
just charge her with a hate crime.
She
black man. She know that maybe the police will pull up. And lay him down. You never know.
The only difference.
You don't want that to be highlighted, right? I want to highlight this in its own subcategory, but I don't want it to overshadow.
Yes, bro. Yes, bro. You're right.
I don't want it to overshadow.
You're right. You need to label it. You need to properly label it as a symptom. Like if you see this behavior, this prejudice, it can lead to this. It doesn't mean that you're this now. It doesn't mean that you can't change, but you're heading down a road of that inevitable where you can't come back from because you're gonna do something to somebody or say something to somebody where your life get fucked up or whatever. It's like, bro, don't do that. When you just need to be educated. So yeah, I think if we properly diagnose things and stop calling everybody, even though we need to understand what racism is and having actual power over somebody.
You can't call everybody racist.
Yeah, we just need to properly, that prejudice, they can work on that. And it's so crazy, bro. It's a crazy topic.
Transphobic.
Mm-hmm.
I seen the thing where it said, if you do not want to have sex with a transgender woman, which may still have a penis, even if they don't have a penis anymore, they can still have a vagina now. Transgender woman, if you don't want to have sex with them, you don't want a relationship with them, you were transphobic. You
know what I said? You can call me transphobic, and I still stand on that. If that's the definition we're going by, I will always stand on that.
Because my preference is because like I knew you used to be a man. I mean, now you're a woman. I respect that you're a woman. Whatever that's what you. But you gotta respect. If I'm respecting the fact that you turning into a woman and that's what you're doing, you have to respect the fact that I still got in mind that you used to be a guy. You can do your woman thing. I'll call you ma'am and all that stuff. But if I don't want to engage with you sexually or relationship wise, don't try to say I'm transphobic now. Like, oh, you're the worst. No, I want you to have all your rights. I want you to do everything you can do in the world. I want you to be equal. I don't want people killing you because you're transgender. I don't want none of that for you. But just because I personally don't want to engage in sexual activity, that makes me transphobic.
So I hate to call prejudiced people on the fence as far as can be changed, but let's be real. Let's fucking be real, man. Let's be real. It's a dude, can't remember his name, but he literally went into KKK organizations and changed them. He
was on Joe Rogan?
Yeah, he took down literal leaders. So people can be prejudiced and haven't really committed any racist true acts yet. And I know it's a slippery fucking slope, but that slope can be stopped. That momentum can be stopped before it gets too big.
A lot of people who probably are racist and you look at them and you are able to speak with them, a lot of them are in that isolation. They never been around black people. They never been around minorities.
Yes.
They just go off what they see. Black people are thugs. Black people are this. Black people are that. They see those things and that's just wholeheartedly what they believe with all their heart. Because I watched a documentary about a Muslim chick who was going like when the whole Charlottesville thing was with the torches. He was following around like the far right, alt-right guys. They was letting her film and document. They was talking with her, and at the end of it, they was kind of like, you're a good person. I didn't know at first. You were like what they call it, like a sand. What they call it, Muslim people, sand nigga or something like that.
I don't know.
He's like, I would actually be your friend, you know? Like, I didn't know people.
But that's compartmentalization. But even then, that shows you how they could do that. But it shows you how they could be changed. It just has to be a proper education, a proper cultural integration, in a sense, a proper one, not no bullshit integration. But if they were really introducing us the right way. But it goes to just having two polarizing of a conversation or topic, where if you say all of these people are like this, or you all are like this if you don't behave this way, it's like, no, it's a spectrum. You have people in the middle. Yes, there's people on the other complete side that you don't fuck with, but don't say all men are like that, because then it's gonna be like, well, fuck it, I'm gonna be like that then, because it's like y'all don't see me being me. So if y'all think we all like that, well, I might as well be like that anyway. Like and that's just saying in general, speaking in general.
Trump supporters are racist. They're all bigots.
Exactly.
When some of them
are not. Like we said, they just don't like Democrats.
They just don't like Democrats, or they are more on the business economic side.
How deadly it is to call Angela Stanton a coon for supporting somebody like Trump. That's why I was saying that journalism and integrity on Breakfast Club is dead. But how dare you fix your mouth to say that about somebody that educated just because they, one part of it, even how she said it, I can defend Trump, but I'm here for my own shit.
Yeah.
You still call him a coon. Because it's not just Breakfast Club. There's many other people who think like that.
Yeah.
There's people on our side that believes in a lot of the same things we believe in. Like, we all conservatives and shit like that. But we fighting against them because they may stand on a certain, they may have even for religion. Even, we may all believe that everybody should be treated equally. But Jesus taught you that. Allah taught me that.
Buddha taught me that.
Yeah. So, but when you start saying every Christian's bad, now all Christians are like, well, fuck Muslims or whatever. So it's like, you have to realize and properly categorize things, because when you say all is this, it's like you get offended from being like, especially when you like, I know I'm not like that, and it's like you can be like, well, you get offended. I get that, but it's like, well, if I've been putting in the work and you still don't see me for who I am,
it's like when people say all white people are bad, it's like, damn, bitch, I ain't never do that to you.
Yeah.
Or all black people are thugs.
No matter how hard you work, you still see me as a thug. It's like, well, fuck y'all. I don't care about how you view me after a while. So then, like, we ain't even having
people get set in them ways, and they start to just like.
And we don't have we can't have civil discord no more. Versus, we were open and listening. We was open and talking, but now we think y'all big as y'all. We think because we all just pointing fingers, and it's like it ain't even that serious yet. It's getting there.
That's the only reason I feel like at one point in time everybody wanted to cancel Joe Rogan, because at a certain point, Joe Rogan was the only person who was bringing literally any and everybody on. He brought Roseanne on after she did her thing. Joe Rogan,
let her speak.
Conversation.
Let her speak.
You bring Alex Jones on.
Let her speak.
You bring on far. He brings on far, like people on the left, far left people, the conservatives. Damn, he just talking to people, like getting their perspective. What you think? Okay, you think this? Okay, you think that? That's whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think there's nothing wrong with discussion. Like, if you shut off discussion completely, something's wrong with you.
Yeah.
Because you obviously stuck in your ways. You don't want nothing to change. You don't want to understand why certain people believe certain things. Because I guarantee you, a lot of people, if you ask people, hey, why you support Trump? Because I'm saying Trump because Trump's a figure that people rally behind. There's nobody on Democrats anybody's really rallying behind. There's Joe Biden, but that's just because he's the only one there. Everybody hates Trump. Why do you like Trump? Oh, you know, I like him because I like this policy. I like this trade policy. It's good for my business. Like when I watched this thing on Vice, it was like black Trump supporters versus black Democrats, right? And it's like, why do you like Trump? He hates black people. He's like, well, no, this happened. I run a small business, and the Democrats' policy would have put my business under. Think about me and my family. I'm doing this and this. What about when he said this? It's like, well, no, he actually didn't say that. This is what he said. Like, people have their reasonings of why. Yeah. Like, I get it. Facts. You think there's something that's really racist in there?
Even for racist people, they have reasons, bro. They've been programmed. And if you, let's for instance, for me, I don't think Blake's racist. But if Blake said, my nigga, because he's comfortable standing around us because we allowed him to say that around somebody that didn't say that, he's racist now. And it's like, you won't even listen to him. And now he's emotional. He can't even tell you why he know or his personal, or he won't even feel comfortable because now, my black, like, anything he say is wrong.
Yeah.
No matter what he say is wrong because you ain't gonna listen to him. But he like, bro, I got black friends that I love. I hang out with, at that time, more than with my white friends.
Yeah.
So you can't, it's just, you don't even give a person a chance to even open up, and especially when they know anything that they can say. It's like walking on eggshells. And black people do that. It goes to the Black Lives Matter, bro. Black Lives Matter, obviously, but Black Lives Matter is also a movement. Kind of go with Terry Crews was saying, but I'm gonna say a little bit. I think Black Lives Matter is also a movement. So anytime you can cold-heartedly support Black Lives Matter, but you may not support the organization and how it moves from just the different things and how they may go about it. So you may not, you say, I don't like Black Lives Matter, but since it's a blanketed statement and a group at the same time, it's like, you can't say that statement without being counseled, even though it may be productive and it may be a positive critique on the actual organization of Black Lives Matter and not critique of Black Lives legitimately matter, like as a human race or whatever. So knowing that, how can you have real discord with people when most of the time Black Lives Matter is offending people, and every time they bring up those offenses and say that, can we have a real conversation or whatever we deem as a meaningful conversation, it can't happen most of the time because they are already disagreeing with the organization of Black Lives Matter. And just somebody saying they disagree with the they don't have to, because no media organization going to say they disagree with the Black Lives Matter organization. They're going to say they disagree with Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
And then they're like, wait, what? How you disagree with Black Lives Matter? And I know some people are legit disagreeing with that shit. Yeah, but I'm talking about a lot of people that's not though. And they're those people in the middle. And it's like, how can you have a real discord when that statement, not Black Lives Matter, is polarizing, but how they may move can be polarizing when you think about giving a critique on that. Because it's like, I'm not critiquing the actual statement, I'm critiquing the organization. Yeah. And a white person can't even say that.
Because they say that.
Unless they're saying that to their people, but if they heard a black person talking to them, which ultimately we have to start having these conversations outside of each other on our own personal groups, it'll be an uncomfortable conversation, way more uncomfortable than it has to be because, like I said.
But it also has to go with putting things in the proper groups in the proper areas. Sir. Like, just because you see this happen over here, oh, these guys looted, and they ran out of store screaming Black Lives Matter. Don't attribute that to the group. That might just be some people that are just doing it.
That's also true.
They're not a part of the organization. They just a part of that message that Black Lives Matter. They just
exactly.
Not the organization.
And so if things get contorted both ways,
the way that the Black Lives Matter, the bad marketing is it. The bad
it's
marketing,
great marketing.
The bad marketing in Black Lives Matter is because their organization name is a slogan.
Yeah.
Anybody can just attach to. So like anytime anybody does something says Black Lives Matter, like the guy who shot the police in Dallas.
Yeah.
They say, oh, he's a Black Lives Matter guy.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know if he said Black Lives Matter or he had a thing that said, I don't know.
Even if he says Black Lives Matter, it's going to tie into that organization.
Because if Black Lives Matter was named, let's just say the Black Coalition. Let's say it was the Black Coalition, right? And then people just run around saying Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter.
They wouldn't.
The Black Coalition wouldn't get attacked.
Yeah.
But since their name is Black Lives Matter movement, every time anything black happens, like you see, any black protest is Black Lives Matter. Even if it's not even organized by Black Lives Matter, people just, oh, this is a Black Lives Matter movement. No, it's just
technically it is.
I mean, technically
it is. It's crazy
because the slogan.
That's why it's such great advertisement for that organization.
But the people don't actually be a part of that organization. They're there because of the quote
in Black Lives Matter organization. They're gonna be making money for a long time because they're gonna be. I'm out the camera. They're gonna be activists the fuck out of shit for the longest. Because every time you disagree with anything, like I said, Black Lives Matter, they can get in on that.
They're getting funding. They're getting this.
Social justice warriors and all that. They make money off these things. Bro. They make money on this shit. It's great marketing because they know.
I just don't get the idea of people who won't speak to other people or talk to other people about opposing ideas. Like, I don't mind speaking if you a supporter of this, or if you're a socialist, if you're a Trump supporter. Like, I would just want to know, like, why do you believe in what you? Because I'm a person where I'm not really like leaning either which way or which side. Like, I don't have like a strong political stance. I got things that I kind of want to live by and I want to do, but I don't think necessarily it's a political thing.
You think people can be swayed off any point?
I think people can be. Some people are just so stuck on their thing, like it's no point to even have a conversation. Like, you could talk to them and maybe like they'll just give you their point of view, but I don't necessarily think you're gonna like change their mind.
Let's be real though. But what if one of their leaders like decide to change? Maybe they'll cancel their leaders. They be like, man, that nigga he lost his shit.
They do that. They do it to people all the time.
He lost his touch. Yeah, that could be true.
Like if you're following somebody, right? And they might be going down a road of maybe not.
Just say radicalism, and then they be like, I ain't gonna be as radical no more.
Like, well, I'm not that. Or like somebody's like, yeah, do that. And they're like, well, no, I think that's a little too far. Then they'll go find somebody else who'll go that far.
Yeah.
They're like, fuck him. He's the worst.
That goes back to my Kanye shit with the emotional and kind of just like, they're fine, bro. They're going to, I don't know, man. I don't know, but this shit crazy. But yeah.
Speaking of Black Lives Matter, the WNBA, you know, they're coming back. I mean, let's be honest, nobody really cares about WNBA. We wish they did, you know, it's a women's sport, but.
Do we really wish?
People, I don't really care about WNBA. I don't care. But people, you know, people don't even care because women don't even watch WNBA, so they don't care either. Nobody cares. But there was a owner of a WNBA team in Atlanta, Kelly Labuchek, something like that. She's a senator. She told them, you know, hey, because I guess they were going to do like a Black Lives Matter thing. They're going to have the girls wear Black Lives Matter t-shirts during warm-ups. And it was like, they're going to put Black Lives Matter, something on merch, something like that. She didn't agree with it. She's like, Black Lives Matter is a kind of like it's like an organization they push bad narratives. They're looters. They're like now all Black Lives Matter is looters and rioters. Even if you've seen the other peaceful protests, but you will get them a couple looters and rioters. They're all looters and rioters. So she put that out. She said that. She also said
that's all they saying. All again.
That's what I'm saying. They put that. That's where people mess up. They try to frame everybody in the narrative. I feel like that's what she fucked up. Yeah. Now she said I don't agree with it for X, Y, and Z. She said it was to pick out specific things rather than like lumping everybody together. It probably wouldn't. Well, like I said, you say any white person say anything about BLM, it's like you're done. Like they're gonna go at you. But now everybody's saying, "Oh, get her out of here. We need to cancel her." Like WNBA people are saying, it's like she needs to be kind of like Donald Sterling. Like she needs to be booted out of the league for these statements.
Wait. Just for saying this t-shirt stuff.
Just for saying she doesn't agree with Black Lives Matter. Like she doesn't want it in the WNBA. She said we should really be putting American flags on everybody's jerseys to kind of and create unity and create this. There's one more thing though. One more thing she also said was like she didn't want to put Black Lives Matter into the WNBA because you know WNBA is a struggling market and as we know Black Lives Matter is divisive. It's like people you follow like kind of like happened in the NFL. You either follow this side, follow that side. It's like we're trying to build something. I don't think we should put that message in there because we already ain't getting views. People already ain't fucking with us. So in a way, even though the people, if you cut off something because they support Black Lives Matter, that's just your problem. Something's wrong with you. I don't think it's that serious to cut off a whole. They support Black Lives Matter. Cut them off. But she's trying to say, hey, we're cutting into a demographic that we'll probably never get, and we're already small. We're trying to build.
You can't compare her to Donald Sterling.
Yeah, I don't think that's
once again categorize it perfect. I know she ain't say it perfectly, but she said all the riders and shit like that. You can check her for that. Sure, she maybe need to apologize for not even apologize, but recant her statement with that. But you cannot lump her with Donald Sterling when he said, "Don't bring no niggas to my game."
Yeah.
Don't bring no niggas on no nags.
Like, don't do it. We don't want to see the niggas at the game.
We don't want to see no niggas on no nags.
What's her name? Atlanta. I want to quote her exactly.
So if we're gonna be that quick to call everybody Donald Sterling, bro, it's just dangerous. Can't call all. Can't group it. It's just like a patient, bro. You can't give everybody the same medical treatment. You can't give everybody just a Band-Aid, or you just can't, hey, everybody take this pill. Y'all all get healed, even though you got cancer, even though you got brain damage, even though you got heart damage. Y'all all got to get different treatment. So
see, I like this. My bad, I didn't mean to cut you off. But see, she tweeted. She said WNBA should stand for and unite around the American flag, not divisive political movements like BLM that unapologetically seek to defund the police. You know that whole narrative. They want to defund the police. They want to do this. They want to do that. So one of her players, Renee Montgomery, says, "Dear at Senator LaFleur, I'm pretty sad to see that my team ownership is not supportive of the movement and all that it stands for. I was already sitting out this season, and this is an example of why." See, but I like this part. She said all that, but then she said, "I would love to have a conversation with you about this if you would like to sit down." I like that. People who just like, you just cut people off and say, "Fuck you, I don't want to talk to you, I don't even whatever." I get it, because sometimes people like, I'm tired of talking. We've been trying to tell you don't get it, so what the fuck I'm gonna keep talking to you for? But once you cut off all communication with an opposing side, that creates I
think that's what happened.
The spark
for us to get tired of talking. Nobody was trying to listen to us, so we got tired of talking. But now there are people that are listening, and our voices are being heard. So now this is, even though we are upset and frustrated, this is even more time to speak up and use our voice instead of just fucking everybody's racist. I know we tired. I know it's 2020. We should be past this, but we can play a hand in making this shit a whole lot worse.
See, even the you can't see it on the screen, but I'm looking at the the WNBPA, which I assume is the Players Association, they put the article about her saying, and they put enough out, so kick her out the league for her views on whatever she believes in.
And the reason they are even able to, because for me, it's like you can easily disagree with the Black Lives Matter movement because you may not agree with defunding the police.
You have reached the 911 police emergency line.
What the fuck is it? Oh, bro, I thought the CIA was. Bro, I was like, is the CIA popping up on us? The hell was it? That's when they broke my car again.
We was talking about
how you can't just categorize everybody like that. That should distract the hell out of me. They said enough. Out. Get her out of here because of her statements.
But yeah, for me,
you can't kick everybody out. Now I get if she was like, "Fuck black people, fuck that, yeah. Black Lives Matter, yada yada yada."
Yeah, like what? She may disagree with defunding the police. She may disagree with a lot of the politics that Black Lives Matter take part in because it is a political movement.
Yeah.
So
she is a ally of Donald Trump, who is also against the things that the media puts out there against Black Lives Matter.
They're saying she don't believe in Black Lives Matter. That's what they're hinting to.
Yeah.
But that's not the case. It's not even close to the case. But for me, if I was to sit down and talk to her, and I'm pretty sure she would say the same thing, we'll have to put Black Lives Matter, but we can put peace, unity, growth, healing. We can come up with creative other things that will still emphasize what we need to do without taking sides.
Yeah.
Because even with Lil Baby, you can't cancel Lil Baby because he said all police not bad, even though I may believe that. Can't cancel her for believing it either. So I don't want to say all police is bad because we say that they're going to be like, this shield is clean.
Yeah, like they're going to get rants like that.
But she fucked up by saying, I said she might want to recant that, which I said, I'm sure she would have understood that because people talk and they don't realize all the words, how they may come off. Period. So she recanted saying all.
This is my thing with that too. So who do you, when you speak of about an organization, right, and you lump people in, there could be a million people in Black Lives Matter, right? And everybody might not believe in defund the police, but they believe in George Floyd and his justice, like that. Exactly. But who do you attribute the motives to? If a leader comes out and says defund the police, do you attribute that to the whole movement? Because that is you. This is the person y'all put as y'all's leader.
It's
so
more.
Then you can say
for sure.
Okay.
This is our mission statement, and we're same with. That's why with Muslims, Elijah Muhammad or Honorable Elijah Muhammad was so mad at Malcolm X because he wanted him to speak a certain way because he know how much it reflects on how much heat that it would have brought back on the Muslims. So yeah. Malcolm X had his own views, and you can argue either side, but ultimately, yeah, once that we put you in this limelight and you're from our brand, whatever you say is ultimately. Same with our we go outside, we're a representation of our parents. Whatever we do, however we look, reflects on our parents. But what you was gonna say? Is it dangerous that they don't have a leader, or how? Like,
well, I don't know who their vocal is. Like, you know, who is there? Because when they say this person is the leader of Black, the whole defund the police thing, that to me, when I've seen it, it's only been like the liberal white people. Like, of course, you see black people on Twitter like, yeah, we should defund the police. But like, when you see people voicing it out there, like screaming in the streets, it's like it's white people. A lot of things I'm seeing and being voiced. Not necessarily on social media. On social media, I see a lot of black people voicing this, but like out on doing this, who's on CNN, who's talking to this person, who's doing this. It's like white liberal people.
Yeah.
It's like, why don't in the movement of Black Lives Matter? I don't think you should attribute what a white liberal person saying for the movement. Like they're not the. Like I know there's leaders. Like because I watch documentaries about, not necessarily about Black Lives Matter, but I've seen them put like this black chick on the screen. Like she's like the Black Lives Matter co-founder and people like that. Like I know they have actual like founders and people like that, but I never really hear them speak. I don't hear them. But you would think since the Black Lives Matter has been one of the biggest movements in the past, they would be like running for office. Like they'd be like the next senators. Or you would see, but you don't see them.
Yeah, I agree. And
like I don't hear that. Like when I hear like people on the right get mad at people from Black Lives Matter, you don't. It's not. It's like people like Sean King, but Sean King don't run Black Lives Matter. Yeah. The dude with the blue vest, isn't it? D-Ray. He don't. I don't know if he might. I remember he blew up there in Ferguson.
Well, that's what I'm gonna say. for black people, it's almost.
And I ain't really heard too much from D-Ray, even with this whole George Floyd. He's probably talking, but like at one point, I guess with Ferguson, maybe that's his hometown. I don't know. maybe he was really out there vocally being a leader of that situation. That's where I heard about it the most. But like with this new stuff, there's no set leader. Like it's not even Sean King. Like Sean King just bring light to every fucking thing. He bringing this happened, this. It's too much for him. He's just bringing everything.
I think all organizations start to realize this. Having a face of a leader is kind of deadly because you can pinpoint it in a sense. And like same with like racism for black people, we can't pinpoint. We don't have a Hitler because it's so spread out. So even with the Muslims and MLK or Malcolm X, is like our leaders are shown versus like Black Lives Matter ran by George Soros, ran by deep Democrats. But we see Black Lives Matter. We don't even get a face type shit to research and see who backed and stuff like that.
You would think it's like 50 years from now, when you're looking on a movement of Black Lives Matter, there's no MLK, there's not like a figure. There's people who come out and be like, oh, I'm the co-founder, but like politically, you don't really hear their voice that much.
I think that's a tactic.
By design.
I think that's a tactic in understanding how to be fluent and be able to move, because how can you counsel us if we're like Antifa? They don't have a face.
They're just a thing.
They don't have a KKK have faces, but not really. Not really. They have certain leaders and certain shit like that, but it's no real face. Like it's a lot of groups that don't have a face, and I think it's
look at these people. I've never seen these people before.
Antifa's a perfect example, bro. Antifa's a perfect example because they said they're watching for how groups act and how they behave. So they kind of act. They weave their way into different things and stuff like that. And without having a leader, it's hard to pinpoint them. Without having a way or a language that you can code, like they'll switch their language of lingo and all these different. They don't mind switching their logo and shit like they're not about having how like the KKK is stuck on having a Confederate flag. The Antifa will get rid of the Confederate flag because they know that's a way of getting them caught.
Yeah.
So it's like they know how to hide, and I don't know. Like I said, I know Black Lives Matter was funded by George Soros and other Democrats and things like that. We know how Black people was in hold and crushed by the Democrats. So just knowing that, man, them not having a leader, bro, I feel like it's set up because.
It's like okay, this one girl, she's based in New York. This other girl, she's in Oakland. And this other girl, she's in LA. So these are three people that form the movement, but they're from opposite sides of the country. Like one's East Coast, two of them West Coast.
So they didn't even come up with this shit together, type shit.
It looks like this. It looks like this Opal girl. She's like created the hashtag, the social media behind it.
So is this
Garza along with Opal?
It's a social media tag that got funded. And they put a few people in the head. Few people to kind of run things and keep shit going as Black. It's the same thing. It's the same exact thing with historically Black colleges. All of the doctrine, all of the money.
Salute to Maker.
Go to white people. All of that go to white people. It's Black people that's the principals. Black people are the teachers. But who's deciding what the education is white people. Who's deciding where money goes is white people. Even though it's a historically Black college, it's historically white funded. Let's be real. So it's no different than this Black Lives Matter. It may be a Black movement, but it was funded by white people. Even NCAACP.
It's an NCAACP. Yeah. National College Association of Black People.
Bro. If I was racist, I could see how we would be just like them what's the alphabet boys?
Alphabet NCAA. But like I said though, I just want to, this quick, it's off topic. I mean, it's not really because you said HBUs. Salute to Maker. Going
to Howard or
going to Howard. Top 5. I don't know if he's top 5. He's a 5-star recruit.
His name after a white race. No. We gotta start somewhere. I'm just being funny.
Top
we gotta start
5
somewhere.
Recruit. Why keep saying top 5? 5-star recruit going to Howard. One of the first 5-star recruits to go to HBCU. Salute to him. I ain't gonna lie, man. It's like, do people really want things to happen? Because I thought when it happened, I thought it was gonna be like the biggest.
Media didn't publicize it.
I don't hear nobody talking about it. But you thought the Black community was like, because I remember we was talking like, bro, if a 5-star recruit go to HBCU, it's gonna be new. But like it's like cricket.
One retweet.
Like I see Joe Buddy was talking about the Mikey Williams dude, but this guy did it. I don't even hear him bring.
You gotta get on the court too, though. That's a part of it. You gotta get on the court, and he gotta bring some more people with him, and they gotta become Fab Five.
Yeah,
you gotta start something. You can't just do it. You gotta start some shit too. And I know that's a lot to ask for Howard to become historically a great school in, as far as basketball, but could have went to Texas Southern. They make the tournament with a big player. And you might be that extra 20 points that keep them in the game. You never know. Yeah. You never know. You might get more views. Another black dude decide to go. You never know. Howard, you just got to start a little further back maybe. But even then, y'all win y'all division. Yeah, you can get in the playoffs. And if you got a bunch of 5-star recruits, shit, it's only so much coaching you need in basketball. It's not like football how everything's so intricate. So if you got three 5 or top dudes, shit, you can make something happen.
Yeah,
you can make something happen, man.
So back to Black Lives Matter. So I remember I was watching the clip with what's his name, Don Lemon. He was getting on Ted Cruz's ass talking about, if you want to make this kind of coalition, then you need to make it yourself. You need to do this because Black Lives Matter is about police brutality and racial injustice. I mean, it's like, I guess a lot of these things are considered under the umbrella of racial injustice, but like these are their mission statements for 2020.
Oh yeah.
They focus on racial injustice, police brutality, criminal justice reform, black immigration, economic injustice, LGBTQIA plus, and human rights, environmental injustice, access to healthcare, access to quality education, voting rights, and suppression. That's their main focuses as an organization.
Sounds like I'm a Democrat.
Sounds like you're a Democrat?
So no, it sounds like they're a Democrat.
Oh, well, yeah, of course they are.
That's what you just said. If I want to run for Democrat, what I need to support?
Oh yeah, that's all that right there.
That's a Democratic statement right there. Like I said, they're funded by Democrats. I mean, that's not crazy. That's not even a crazy topic. It's not even news. It's not even crazy. I'm saying it like it's crazy. Like, duh. Duh. What do you think? Who do you think? What's the name's funded by? Breakfast Club. Like Democrats. But yeah, there's like I feel it. I'm not gonna say
that's why, like,
anything is wrong with that.
Like if it's like, because if it's like their thing is like LGBTQIA, they rep for those people. Then why was there a whole like? If the Black Lives Matter movement, the leaders are putting on their website, this is what we support. What was the point of separating it and doing like a different, like back trans people matter? Like if it's all under the same umbrella, because not like because there's nothing here about like,
black women rights or what?
Like black on
like, like superiority,
inner city killing like Chicago.
Black on black crime,
like shit like that. That's not in there.
Yeah,
not saying it has to be
because it's not in the Democratic policy.
Yeah,
that's not a part of the Democratic narrative. Healthcare, free healthcare, some shit like that.
Quality education, free education,
LGBT. All these things are liberal movements. So that just sounds like a pandering statement. Anybody can say that. Duh. Who's not in support of those things if you're a human?
Republicans.
They're not. I don't know. I know.
That's what people would say.
I know. That's what people would say. But ultimately,
they're with these things just in a different way.
Exactly. Maybe they might not want to fund it, or they may not want their kids to participate in it, but they never said that you couldn't.
Yeah.
And that's a big difference where they push stuff on TV and then Republican conservatives bounce back. Things like that. We shouldn't be pushing this to our kids. There's a middle ground that can be come to. It's not that we just against it, but how y'all go about certain things may be a problem.
I think if you actually have a conversation with a lot of people are more, like we said last week, more conservative than they are liberal.
Yeah. And
when I say conservative, I don't mean, because when people hear conservative, they think conservatives are people who push back on everything. They don't want black people to have rights. They don't want this person to have rights. There might be conservatives that do have them values. Like if you look at the definition of conservative, like the values of it, like certain things, you can ask people. Like you see women all the time that get on the things and they say, we support gay men, we do this, we do that. As soon as you ask them, it's kind of like the transgender thing, like, oh, you wouldn't have this transgender, you're transphobic. If that's the case, if I ask a woman she's pro-gay, she is like, oh, I got my gay homeboy, do my hair, I love gay people. Okay, would you date a guy who used to be gay? I said, hell no. So conservative. Are they homophobic? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I get what you're saying.
It's like
they're not homophobic, but they also not willing to date.
Yeah, like, you support it, but you're not willing to.
So ultimately, you're still conservative. Same for. I can't say if a gay couple had a kid, would they want their kid to be gay? But I'm sure they may kind of ease that on them.
I don't think they would push it on, but they'd definitely be accepting.
Okay,
like,
basically, I was just trying to say,
hypocritically be like, you can't be gay.
I'm sure there are certain ways to be a conservative gay person, a conservative LGBTQ person. You may be like, I'm doing it, but my kids may not do it.
Well, the conservative gay people that I've seen like on YouTube and shit, they're like conservative and gay, but they push back on like the child thing,
of course,
the child drag queen. Of course, like, I'm with the LGBT movement, but then they'll say like, okay, that's going way too far. Like, I'm not promoting that, or I'm not a part of the there's 96 genders, like the confusion, like if everybody just make things simple, like I'm cool with the whole like, okay, you're a biological man and you want to transition to a woman, whatever, that's you got it. But when you start telling me there's 96 genders, there's 98 different sexual
kids can have sexual preference.
It's like, kids can do these things, and it's like, I seen people say I'm queer,
or sexual orientation.
I'm queer, pansexual, cis-identifying woman. All right, now you lost me. Are you a girl or a boy? It's simple. Leave it to be simple, because when you start just making up shit, that's when you lose people. That's people like, all right, y'all do too motherfucking much.
I will say they may not like to be called trans woman, trans man, cis, all these things.
At the end of the day, though, you're either a girl, even if you don't want to attack, you just want to call you a woman. And then they're either a man or a woman. That's not fair. It's not fair to women. There's no theys, and you're not a man or a woman. You're just a thing. That's not real.
No, I don't think you should properly categorize them as a woman. If you ask me, that's my preference. We come to a middle ground with that, though. As far as like, I know what you mean.
You want to be. If you don't want to be called trans woman, you just want to be called woman. That's fine. But I'm talking about people who say
to you it's fine, but to me it's not fine.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, whatever. I don't give a fuck. I don't think you necessarily really give a fuck. Like, that's what they're doing over there.
I care because if I have a daughter and a son, I want them to be able to understand the difference. Like, I don't. Well, I don't want the.
Oh, you just don't want to. You want them to have some kind of name.
Yeah.
You want there to be something attached to.
Like,
but it's not even. They're not even fighting over like when to be. If someone says I'm a trans woman, I know what that means.
Yeah.
I'm a trans man. I know what that means.
Yeah.
But when people say I identify as pan, queer, asexual, Aphrodite, like I don't know what the fuck that means.
And that's another thing. Our sexual orientation should not be up for public debate and conversation. That shit should be in-house. So stop trying to get people to accept your sexual fetishes. Because ultimately, we should not be having these things. And that goes back to media. A lot of things has been slipping more and more in media. Yes, the traditional way of life and traditional relationships were on display. But I can't say it was a sexual. No, it was sexual references back then too. But yeah, man, even then, we have to be careful with the things that we choose to display, because we got to understand kids can access everything. Kids can access everything.
See, this one gets weird for me, right? It's like, okay, here's some of the names that you have. There's 58 genders according to ABC. This is 2014. There's bigender, which I would assume is your man and female. Cisgender, cis female, cis male, cis man, cis woman, cisgender female.
So what's the difference between cis female, cis and cis woman?
It's just, I think cis means like natural born.
Yeah, woman. But what's the difference between cis female and cis woman?
Nothing. But then there's also female. They want female to male. FTM, which I guess is female to male, but they call it. I want you to call me FTM. Gender fluid, which I guess you just go from woman to man anytime you want. Gender nonconforming, which you're neither, I'm nothing, I'm just me. Gender questioning, gender variant, gender queer, intersex, neither, neurotose, non-binary, pangender. Then there's like the full trans woman, trans person, trans man, transgender female, transsexual, two-spirit. Maybe you're a two-spirit. Transmasculine. Like, it's just too much.
So, yeah.
It's either, okay, you're transgender woman, you're transgender man, or you're a woman.
I just take it to sexual orientation. Yes, I'm a man, but I don't walk around all day yelling, I'm a male. If you're transgender, if I can't just tell, okay, that's fine. I don't give a fuck. Now, if I call you a man and you want to be called a woman, you can't get mad at me because I called you what you look like. Let's be real with what you are. Yes, I understand what you prefer to be. So, for instance, if they say, what name do you prefer to be called? I prefer to be called B. Neal. If they call me Bryce, I can't call you a fucking namist or like you racist because you call me my wrong name, because I have a preferred name. So if you have a preferred gender and I may miscategorize you because you look like your original gender, you can't counsel that person.
But what about after they told you? You're like, okay, I'll call you a woman.
You're still naturally that. So my natural instincts, I say yes sir and no ma'am to everybody. It's just I know. It's natural though. And I know after a while I will get it, but I still have those things where I'll be like, yes, it was a dude. He was trans. Worked with him. I still like, yes sir. My bad, bro. And I still called him bro, but that's how I talk though. But yes sir is actually, I say bro to women. So, but yes sir is actual preference or actual label. And I was like, my bad. And I just stopped saying yes sir and no sir because I was just because you never know these days.
Yeah, so like, what's up, dog?
He didn't get mad. He understood, and most people would understand that.
She understood.
Exactly, bro. It's not natural for me. So you have to understand. I'm not a part of your world, so my opinion shouldn't matter that much. And then when I do say something, if it's not out of ignorance and you know that, you shouldn't, like I said, that cancel culture shit, you shouldn't get too mad at that. But well, what's the bigger point to that?
But I think the thing with the LGBTQ is also a movement that even if you're just gay, lesbian, whatever, and even if you don't even support that, you'll get lumped into that. Because you look at a person like, if you see a transgender person, you're like, oh, they must be cool with like the kids transitioning and the fucking kid drag queens.
Maybe
but then you
not.
Look at a person like Flame Monroe who got on birth certificate. Fuck all that shit. I don't know what these motherfuckers talking about. They doing too much. The young people trying to confuse motherfuckers. Let's do it straight this way.
Once again, there's the LGBTQ movement, but there's no face. So a lot of shit can get lumped in, and nobody ever made a mission statement or recanted statements, and everything just get lumped into this statement matters or whatever, or LGBTQ matters. Obviously, we know that, but there's other agendas they push and things like that needs to be questioned, which we can't because now you're questioning lesbians, trans, all these people. But this goes back to Angela's.
That goes with any movement though. It's like, you can't question anything within, especially an identity type of movement, because as soon as you question that, they'll think you're against you're against just gay people in general. Yeah. No, you can do what you want. Like, it's fine. I support. I'm just against this thing right here. Yeah. It's kind of like white people. If they say something about Black Lives Matter, you say, oh, you know what I'm saying? The George Floyd thing was bad. But, you know, I don't agree with the defending the police, the Black Lives Matter movement. What? You don't like black? It's like...
We jump to conclusions too fast. They may be a real racist and we need to properly categorize them there. But let's have let's try to figure that out first and not just jumping straight to it. But it go back to it, bro, with Angela Stanton, man. Like, for you to be lesbian, I know you can... Okay, if I see two women walking together, holding hands, or even just being very friendly with each other, that don't mean they're lesbians. They could just be two friends. Yeah. Same with men. They could not, besides kissing and shit. And you're not public affection. It's weird to some folks. I'm a conservative. I don't even like doing that with my girl. I'll kissing and shit. I'm not like that.
I don't like people making out in public.
Exactly. So if you're not actually kissing and they're just interacting, I can hug you, bro. And it's not gay. I'm hugging my bro. So, but somebody else can see that nowadays and can be considered that gay, even though there's, obviously no whatever. But just saying, there's no real way to dictate and show that somebody's lesbian just by their physical appearance. Even if you cut your shit off, I can't see that. Face is about all I really can know. If you really know, you can check by ribs and shit like that. For men that's out here getting tricked, if they got longer rib cages, it's a man. Short rib cages, a woman, because they have a stomach for the womb and they got less ribs, so more room for the baby. So if they got the love handle little curve, if it's a straight down, it's a man. If it's a curve, it's a woman. That's how you can tell for some people that don't know.
Well, they get their ribs taken out.
Hey, they out here with it. They out here. But baby back.
Hey, there's some people out here that'll get you, man.
Yeah, man. You can't naturally. You wouldn't. I mean, there's certain looks where you can look gay or you can look metrosexual. But even then, that's not a real confirm. You could just be like that. That's an eccentric dresser. Because you can look at Prince. You can't call him gay just because he's an eccentric dresser. So even from certain physical appearances, a man could or a woman could look a certain way.
I don't want to play this game, but I know this is fucked up.
What?
It's just like, what is this person's gender at birth? What do you think? Female, undetermined, intersex, or he was a male at birth and still is?
Let me see. I barely can tell.
I just want to see how good you are at spotting.
Well, they're distorting their face, so I would think it's a woman.
You think it's a female?
I think it's a man.
You think it's a man?
Yeah.
You got that right. Who are these people in the photo? a boy who was a male. I can already tell that's a female. A female and an actual
and a male.
The man is turned to a man,
and a woman turned into a man.
Yeah, a girl who was a female at birth. Oh no, I got it wrong. A transgender couple. Each one. See, look, she got us.
What?
This one's transgender. They're both transgender.
We said that.
I didn't say that. I thought this was a real woman.
Oh, I said that.
Got me. I mean, you already can see that that's.
But even then, that's hard to tell. Like for some people, it's a natural look where you really can't tell that that's a man or a woman.
You can't tell right here. Like if you seen this person right here, you think that's a girl.
Yeah. So only thing that really matters is what you put on your. Only time that you really need to identify with what you are is when you put that shit like on the application. And people need to respect what you put on the application, but you don't have to gloat what your sexual orientation is. Either I think you're a man or I think you're a woman. That's like a mixed person. If I go up to him, are you black or you white? Like what? Like why are you just coming up to me like
people do all the time? Like, what do you mix with?
Like
black and white.
But yeah, but I'm just saying like in that instance, like, are you lesbian? You're trans? Are you a man? Like why would you come up with me asking these type of questions? So why would you, vice versa? Why would you come up like bolstering these different things? Like we said, bro, the dude, he was gay. He was extra gay. Oh my God, I can't wait to suck some dick after school.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
What are you doing that for?
Like, are you around your gay friends and y'all having this conversation? That's different. But you out in the open, loud with it. You know, everybody they be loud in school. Multiple people.
And it's nothing like people say. But if I don't want to hear about people regular, I mean, like
exactly. I don't participate in having certain conversation. Now, with my friends, it's a different story.
I'm not gonna be with my coworkers like, man, I'm not gonna fuck this bad bitch. And no,
some people do, but that.
There's
don't
people who don't want to hear it.
Yeah, I'm more conservative than that.
What are you telling me that for?
Yeah, I'm not even big on telling my friends about my personal relationship and our sexual life because that's my girlfriend. Now, if it's some girl I just slept with, I don't care. But nigga, the mind is a imaginative place. I don't want you just
thinking about what.
Yeah, I don't even want you thinking about me. Honestly, shit, get the fuck out.
Give me out your fucking brain.
Yeah, what the fuck you need to know about my sex? Like, but nah, like I get it to certain extents, but I feel that same way about my girl, bro. Certain shit some shit just don't need to be said. Some shit just need to be kept in-house. And when I say in-house, either in mind with friends or like-minded people. But a lot of shit we want to be publicly accepted where we push this shit on TV. And it's like, no, can't push that shit on TV because I'm going to have a bounce back. And then now you can't get offended. It's like, it's not that we're not accepting you, but now you pushing some shit like kids can't have sex on TV.
Yeah.
And you can argue.
These TikTok moments, like TikTok shit.
You can argue, should a man and a woman be able to kiss on TV? You can argue that. Only reason I can't argue it for me, or kids can become hypersexualized, so you shouldn't show that too much. But ultimately, that's natural. Like, that's how you make babies. So you can show that. That's a natural way of life. I don't think you can change the status quo of that. Like, I was thinking, like, what if you change the status quo to where that's not the norm? It's like, I don't even want to get into that world. I don't want to get into that thought.
If you all go naturally, like you said, naturally, the point of natural, the only real reason to have sex, when people say naturally, is to make babies. I mean, of course, there's you get pleasure from it, but the main reason when you're supposed to have sex is when you're going to procreate. Animals just don't have sex just to have sex.
Yeah.
They have sex when they're mating season. Like it's for a reason. It's not just we're just out here fucking because I met that bitch at the bar down at the lake. Hey bro, I met this bad bitch at the lake. I'm about to go. No. She's in heat. It's mating season. Let's go. We're mating season. That's what I'm saying. The most natural way of it is to procreate.
So if you have that on TV, you can understand it. It's not irrational, but yeah, man, it's just, we need to have better discord, man, be able to talk to each other more, because you could just see how shit just easy to just keep arguing forever, bro. It's easy as hell, man.
But I don't know, man. I already got nothing else. You know,
what you mean? We got a bunch of amazing topics. We got.
It's midnight. I go to bed.
We really talked about everything.
The TikTok pedophile shit is like, that's just a weird friend. Like, I don't know if it's French because TikTok always has like weird sexual children things.
For instance, LGBTQ is now going to lump kids having sexual preference. D Wade's son is going to be pushed out, like just like Caitlyn Jenner, right? Bruce, that's the right person. I said the right name. So yeah, knowing that as a parent, as most parents, even if I'm transgender, might not want my kids doing that. At least not till they my age. So yeah, man, it's like I said, it's a dangerous topic. It's a dangerous thing, man, because you could be, like I said, in support of LGBTQ, and now they add on this extra shit, like you said, with this pedophile shit. And I know they haven't done it yet, man, and this is me prophesizing allegedly. Let me say that, but I've said it before.
I don't think that's the weird thing on TikTok. I don't think that's an LGBT thing.
It's getting there.
I think it's.
You know what about Zaire though? Huh? Zaire. Wait, what do you think about him? You don't think that's a part of LGBTQ?
No, he's transgender, so he's a part of it. But I don't know what that do with being. I don't think what that do being a
pedophile.
Pedophile though. I don't get where that
kids being sexualized.
But here, is he being sexualized?
Technically, if you're changing your sex, why are you even aware of your sexuality at that age?
You didn't know shit sexually at 12?
Man, woman, yeah, but I mean, I at 12, he's 12,
12, 13, something like that.
I masturbated.
Yeah, I was thinking about having sex when I was 12, 13.
But
took a while, but I was thinking about it.
Let's be real. We was hypersexualized. We started puberty. Yeah.
I used to watch a lot of American Pie.
You start puberty at that age. Yeah, I guess so.
That age, so your hormones start kicking in, and you start doing whatever.
The kid is sexual, and they're changing his preference.
I wouldn't say it's like a pedophile thing though. That's like, I don't know. I think that's like a little.
I know. I see what you're saying. That's definitely a stretch.
But I was just saying like how it's a weird, like as far as TikTok goes, how that's like you get big from doing that on TikTok.
Bingo. Kids can choose whether they male or female. If they have the logic to choose that, they can have this is the slippery slope. You can't say that they put this on their mission statement or anything, but if they have the choice to choose their sexuality and what sex they are, they can choose who they're having sex with. And then that opens up the debate for kids having sex with older people. That's how that gets there.
I can see how that gets there. I can see how that.
But ultimately, those two things don't. I see that.
I see what you're saying. Because it's like, if you think a 12-year-old could tell you if he's a male or a female and get the surgery, if it ever got to the point where they let kids get the surgery just off their own, saying I want the surgery, I get how you can say, well, hey, I'm in love with this 25-year-old. You told me I could be a male or a female if I wanted to. So I say you can get to that.
We just talked about that where somebody was dating a 12-year-old and they end up having kids later on. It's like
they got married and she just died from breast cancer.
Yeah, you could say they got married, but after it's that kid's already manipulated. Yeah, you could say, they made a life decision. Come on, let's be more realistic. Sexual urges they're not control of. I know the first time I had sex, I was sprung for a minute, and it wasn't great sex. So imagine having sex with an adult or someone that's sexual, even more sexual desire than you are. How you may get connected to that person. So it's a dangerous game to say that a 12-year-old can choose when we know that we already talk about how dudes be, and this is not how most people think, but we already talk about how dudes, certain people may groom, that grooming word and shit like that. But that's even worse because you ain't wait. You was in there the whole motherfucking time.
Grooming is technically waiting, but you're
still in there. You're still in there.
Once they get 18, that's when you get the sexual part on.
Yeah.
But you're like, hey, we're friends. Mm-hmm. We're kicking it. Let's go.
Yeah, so
let's go to the movies. I ain't gonna do nothing with you, but we cool. Kind of like, was Tyga grooming Kylie?
Yeah.
Technically.
You could also say Kylie was being groomed by her parents and they was grooming Tyga to take his clout and move on.
It's like,
let's be real. Let me repeat it. Maybe she was groomed by her parents to groom Tyga to take that clout to keep going to where she at now.
Yeah, that could be a thing.
Because
it's hard to believe. It's hard to believe when you think, okay, you've been dealing with this girl since she was 16, 17. Like y'all are publicly seen together as friends. And then as soon as she turns 18, we're in a relationship now. It's like y'all never did nothing previously to that. Like
slippery slope.
It's like you see how these rappers running around with Bad Baby when she's 16. They're like 20. Like, I'm 20. She's 16. I'm 21. And
that's legal in some states, but it's still wild.
Yeah, it's like it's weird.
Oklahoma's 16 the age.
The age of consent. But she don't live in Oklahoma.
Yeah, true.
She lives in, I don't know where she lives.
Yes.
I would assume LA or something like that.
Yeah, man, it's a slippery slope out here, guys. But yeah, like I said, I know people, and I realized this. Tim Pool talk about it. I think Tim Pool talked about it. It was a kid. He was dancing at the bar table on the bar like top with people there, and they was throwing money on the kid.
It was the drag kid.
Okay.
They throw money at him.
People buck that shit. People buck that shit hard. People ain't bugs out here shit because it's liberal, it's progressive. That next step, I don't think people gonna be willing to take that step with them, and I think they're trying to lull people into that pedophile state with the TikTok, because they've been doing this shit. Pizzagate, yeah, look it up. The priest and all this shit, they've been doing it. Kids in Mexico missing right now because best believe they're contributing to the human trafficking and things like that. So, why did I say that? I got lost in my rant.
The system with the dancing kid. I don't think they let it get that far.
I don't think people. I think people conservative core will ultimately get struck at that point. And
kids.
Yeah, and I think that's where they're stuck at right now and trying to lull. Because I think. If you ask me with the big distractions and all these people getting canceled, like Ellen DeGeneres and all this allegedly, a lot of people are caught up in this pedophile movement right now, and things are stagnant because some people say Trump is on the move and trying to get people. Who knows who's involved and who's not involved? But a lot of people that's got power and still got power, they're trying to get us to be able to move with the pedophile shit before all that shit come out. Because before then, if it come out before, they're fried. And it's that ingrained. They said, allegedly in the WikiLeaks of Hillary Clinton shit, $100,000 worth of hot dogs was ordered. And they wasn't talking about no motherfucking real hot dogs. So this shit, like, it's deep. It's really entrenched. Like, the parties they throw, like, Epstein got a whole island full of this shit. Like, you think R. Kelly's bad. Let's be real. These niggas got tunnels, dungeons, all this shit. Like, so.
Well, see, I just don't think, I still stand behind like
it's not even everything. The people, bro. I think it's the leaders. That's what I'm basically saying.
Okay. I don't think the people.
No, yeah. It's not the people. It's not the people. I think the people gonna ultimately buck it, but I think we're stuck in this stagnant phase of where, like, we're in Corona, we're in these things where shit kind of not moving right now. Like, it is, but it's not. And I think it's them trying to find a way, bro, to just keep pushing. I think they've been trying to do it, but I think it's gotten to a point where, hey, even more and more shit coming out to where Hillary got to go. Epstein, it's more and more shit coming out where they can't. Internet, you can't keep this shit hidden forever. So either you keep it hidden or you get people to accept it. Yeah. And I think that, and it's so ingrained in their culture as far as these elites and how they deal with the innocence and what they deem as innocent and pure and virgin, all these different things, man, that religious teach too as well, man. Man, it's really ingrained. Like, it might be a multi-billion-dollar company as far as human trafficking, probably $1 trillion company when you think about these elites. Like, I don't want to think about these niggas that, because when you think about, when you go, I know we're wrapping it up, when you go to Venezuela, like, or anywhere South America with the prostitution and things like that, a lot of the times these, like, a lot of dudes will leave. A lot of rich people don't. They'll leave and go to these foreign countries because the prostitution age, they're younger. They got younger women. They can't do that here. So they go to these places overseas and all those different things to participate in that. What led me to that?
Damn, somebody go to Mexico because you can drink at 18. Niggas be going over there because they can get some goddamn young coach.
Yeah, man. I don't know what led to that, but ultimately, man, it's... Okay, so these countries like that where... it's beneficial for that girl to become a prostitute because there's literally no other way. Just how it's beneficial for a black man to become a drug dealer or a black woman become a stripper at certain points. That's the best. That's the quickest way out in a sense. Yeah, fast. So they don't see no way. They don't see that as being wrong. Obviously, their trained program. So when you talk about Abu Dhabi, these $350 million houses these niggas be buying, and they getting these girls and they're shipping them around, and girls traveling and all these, when they have 100,000 women or 200, 300, 400 women and there's one dude per room, because they do this shit.
No, I'm sure
it's kids in there, and they don't see themselves as kids, and the men like, fuck it. They
ain't asking for ID.
Yeah. So I said, I know it. I know it's
a sick world,
and it's a lot of people involved in that shit. Sick. Whether they want to or don't, but I know it. Bro.
A lot of these people, I mean, of course they're missing, but they're not missing dead. They're missing because they're shipped off to these countries that are now they're over there in fucking what'd you call it? Abu Dhabi. They're over there in those countries and Asian countries and Russian, like they're just over there, South America.
They all in through America. When we talk about it, be little pubs and shit.
Oh yeah, no, they're in America.
Like, it's certain hot spots where kidnapping is on like high rate, more than others. All right, look up real quick. How many black people are missing? And they're still not going. It's black people. It's not equating Hispanics, Asians, whites. It's not. It's black people. How many black people are missing? Yeah, since like 2000 or something. Because I know if you put that, it's gonna be something. I'll just pop up first.
It's a black kids go missing more than white kids. It says that. Here's the amount of people that have been missing last year, right? 359,000 white people went missing last year to 200,000 black people. But you also got to think white people are 60% of the population. We're only 13%. So if you look at those numbers, if we were 60%, we'd probably have like at least what a million people missing.
Yeah, I don't even want to compare. It's both trash.
Yeah,
and that's documented. Think about people in foster homes. Think about
what is unknown? Is that Hispanic?
That's probably a mixture.
Like why they got white, black, unknown, then Asian and Indian?
It's probably a mixture. Others they just haven't categorized, but maybe that's what they equating for, is saying the numbers that they're missing. But if you talk about the numbers I know Hugh Hefner, like I was just saying, just the numbers that not equated his name pop. But he had teenagers running around his shit. Known, that's a known thing.
So the harsh reality is an estimated 64 to 75,000 black women and girls are currently missing in the U.S.
64, how many?
64 to 75,000 since 2019.
Oh, since 2018. Okay, like 2000.
We can get into why or what people believe. Might say it for another. They say taking people's body parts. They harvesting this, and it's a bit
many different things.
Hey man, I'm telling you right now, if you go watch a show called Blacklist, and you just watch and see like the things that he brings up to the FBI, like because he's an underground like kingpin guy, right? And he works at the FBI to get people that do things that you may think are natural. You may think they just are so happen to happen, but these things probably really happen in real life. I would not be surprised if there's really people harvesting black people organs and selling them.
My brother, art imitates
it's like I wouldn't be surprised if there's people causing chaos to make it look like it's something else, or causing chaos to distract from a major Senate hearing that nobody's going to hear. I would not be surprised.
We talk about the slaves in the, but we don't say where they're going and what they're doing, what they're building, what they're being enslaved.
Like what their slave work to do.
But I'm sure it's a little bit. The highest bidder. Y'all want some mandingos for y'all Abu Dhabi fight?
Yeah.
Y'all want? I can have it. I can have it all.
Some mandingos. They have the UFC in Abu Dhabi right now.
Yeah,
Fight Island.
Think about all the immigrants when you take people back and how people get lost in this. And people don't. It's a science too. If you ain't got family members, you by yourself. Nobody care about you.
Nobody's gonna miss you. It's like whatever.
It's a science too. It's definitely a science to how they get these people.
Because you gotta think, if it's think about one person coming over from Mexico, right? You come over by yourself, and we like, fuck, we're gonna ship this dude back, but we have other alternate things that we do with immigrants. I don't know what they do, right? They might not, maybe they don't send you back. Maybe they send you to be a labor camp, or I don't know, whatever they go to make you do.
Who would know?
They kill you. They harvest you. Like nobody in Mexico. If you're by yourself. Even if you got family in Mexico, who's like, hey, I haven't heard from my cousin Raul.
He went to America.
He's in America somewhere. I don't know where he's at. Like,
they're gonna think he's being.
And then he's illegal, so it's not like he's like they can document to find out where he's at. Like he don't have an ID. He don't have
only so far.
So they fried at that point, really. Yeah. Like when you see stuff like missing kids, like I was watching some Senate hearing, and it was like the guy who runs ICE, or he's something closely tied to. They was asking about kids that go missing. Do you think this guy have anything with trafficking? He was like, I can't comment on that. I don't know I don't know the specifics or something.
He said it definitely is. I just don't want to give you a false number on how big or bad it is. So it's definitely happening. And Thank you, brother. I forgot that happened. I forgot a dude from the motherfucking ISIS organization. ISIS. No different. Terrorist organization. The humanity and human. just heinous out here. Literally admitted in court. And you know what's crazy? They asked this question like they don't already know. Hey,
well, maybe it's like to get it on record. Like we gotta get this on record.
But why you gotta get it on record when you already know what's happening?
I mean, the people to hear, man. But you see, people ain't really outraged about that. It's crazy because, like, when I say people aren't outraged, I'm sure there's people that are outraged. There's people that do know, but it's not like a national story. You know why? Because they're immigrant kids. People don't. They should care.
We're going back to the argument. I think it's just narrative. I think if you were saying if people cared, I mean, not if people cared.
Well, no, I think if they blasted it, like the media blasted, they would talk about it. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think it'd be. But my point isn't like that things wouldn't be big stories. My thing is things would be bigger stories when it pertains to like American shit, right? Like if you find out immigrant kids are getting stolen, that'd be a big story. But then if you also say, hey, 50 fourth graders at this school got stolen in America, just say 1,000 immigrant kids got stolen. You say 20 fourth graders at Sherwood Elementary got stolen. That's gonna be the bigger story, just because an American thing. And that'd be my point when I say like, what's gonna be bigger because it was American and it's not American. This nigga just itching all your shot, man. Disrespectful. He don't got fleas. Don't worry. He's just an itchy ass nigga.
Damn. What you said
about like if 20 Sherwood Elementary kids got stolen in traffic, or 1,000 immigrant children. How
we're trained to believe in nationalism, because ultimately we're human before we're national. But through our training, through our programming, we're going to. It's just like having your family, bro. Something happened. Two people get stabbed. I don't care about the person who gets stabbed, but I'm gonna care more about the person.
Yeah.
So that's just natural. It's close to home.
That's another thing. It's like you'll see people saying, I don't believe in, like, even me, I don't believe all women. But if my wife says somebody raped her, I don't even need it. I'm gonna believe. You're gonna believe it because like it's your people. Like so, there's if people were to get mad at people for having like family bias, like that's just it's natural. You're always gonna have family bias.
But
but
I will ask you this. Do you think if we was just to start over, that even though we have blood relatives and we were born from our, obviously, be our mom and dad, but even brothers, do you think that we could train ourselves to believe that everybody was just as valuable? Because we always say we're all brothers and sisters in a sense, but is there a possible way that we could actually train ourselves to really believe it and move that way, instead of just saying even more than family time? Maybe not possible.
I don't think so.
It stops at family
because you gotta think about your family. You're like,
even though
you're around these,
consider your family.
You're around these people.
Your type of family.
You're around these people.
Your type of family. Because even you can have a big family, but you still hang around this
cousin, these cousins. Like if you have 10 cousins and you hang out with 2 cousins all the time, and this one cousin over here dies, and you're like, y'all was cool, like you know him, but it's like, of course, that's your family, you're sad. But like, if this cousin dies, like, damn.
Yeah, it's the same if your older grandma dies versus your younger cousin. Like, I wasn't hanging out with my granny that much. No, it's just like,
but it's not even like that. It's not even like, it's even like when you think about kids and kids know people. Like when you go to funerals, right? Of course, if it's somebody's mama, they're probably gonna be distracted to say mama. But like, I remember I went to a funeral, right? Okay, so there's this, for instance, right? My cousin, he got killed when he was 18. He got shot in the neck from a bullet, like a stray bullet, right? Everybody's distraught. Everybody's sad. Everybody's crying. It's 18-year-old kid killed at 18. And then the grandma of the family, she was older. She was like 95. She passed away. And you know how you go to people's house after a funeral? Yeah. Like, it didn't have that. It's more of a celebration. Like, she's 95. You already know. Like, she's got one foot in, one foot out. So she's lived a long, full life. So you're sad, of course, because you're never going to see that person again. But you're like, they lived a great life.
We say it all to say, ultimately, there's always
a
you can do a lot of training, you can do a lot of teaching, but ultimately, you're going to always have that niche group. Even if it's inside of your family, you still have a very only certain amount. So, why we started talking about that, though?
Because we were talking about the 20, like why people care more about like the 20 American kids or 20 immigrant kids. People care more about the Americans just because it's like people, and in certain situations, you relate it to yourself. Like I'm sure when like a lot of like these high school shootings were going, like that high school shooting happened in Texas recently. When I read like last year, it was close to Houston. I don't know, it wasn't in Houston, but it was somewhere over there. I can imagine parents at Summer Creek were like, "Man, that shit's kind of like."
Me,
it's right
I
here.
thought about my brother instantly.
It's like that shit's right.
My brothers and my sisters, I thought about them instantly.
You like, damn, that shit's right here. Like you don't know when they go to school, so you like. But when you hear about kids in like Mexico, like they get killed, their school gets shot up by the cartel. You're not thinking about it. You're like, that's not gonna happen here.
Because you know you're in.
Because it's like you're not even in. It's not even like you don't go. It's tragic though. Like even if this school shooter maybe killed 2 people, but the people in the cartel.
Y'all in Mexico. Even if you just visiting.
No, if you're in Mexico,
if you was
you're
visiting, you will learn about the cartel.
You're on high alert.
What's close to home? Like it's all about survival.
What's in your peripheral? Yeah. Like where you at? What you like? I don't be knowing shit about. Cause I was thinking about this. Like, how do people go on vacation in like Israel and like? Do you tour? Do you go tourism like Yemen? Or you just like? There's a place in the world. People want to travel there, but it's like you know. If you, I wouldn't go to like. I would never go. I would never go to a place that has like factions of it are controlled by like terrorist organizations. Like, why would I want to go there?
That's some journalistic shit.
I think it's only probably journalists that go and do that shit.
I was about to say, shit like that probably be having no fly zones.
But like my thing is like Saudi Arabia is probably beautiful, but I would not want to go to Saudi Arabia.
It used to be. Sure.
No, Saudi Arabia is good.
I'm thinking about Iran.
Yeah, Saudi Arabia is that's the oil trillionaire money. Like
Abu Dhabi.
They made Abu Dhabi. Like I thought Abu Dhabi was a part of Saudi Arabia, but it's its own little UAE thing. So it's its own little island or fake island, whatever they made it into. But it's curious. Like even like Israel, but they like on the border. Like Israel, they're fighting.
Have they fights too?
They have things like at the border. Like, do you go there and just chill, or you like? I'm
Israelites
go there.
Running not too long ago.
Who do they fight? Palestinians and Israel people. Like, do you go there? Do you travel there? I mean, Jerusalem's there, so I'm sure a lot of people travel there.
I go there. Good.
Yeah. Palestinians are what? Like, we on our geography show every week. Palestinians are. Yeah, I thought it was a race.
Maybe, but I know it's a religion.
No, because they're Muslims. Palestinians are Muslims. Palestinians like a race. I don't know. Let me see. And then we're gonna end on that. Or maybe it's just a nation.
So, I mean, Israelites.
I think Palestinians like.
Or maybe
the
it's
border.
A nation and I know Israel have Israelite. Palestinians. Yeah, it's a place where.
Yeah, it's a state. So it's an Arabic state type of thing.
So Arabic Muslims
bordering on Israel and Jordan. Because Israel, that's where like Jewish people are, right? Last thing, I just want to do last thing we can go. Did you see Deshaun Jackson quote Hitler? About Jewish people and black people or Jewish people like buying America, something like that. It's like even if you believe that, even if you just want to put that text out, right? You just want everybody to still call you anti-Semitic, whatever. But I think when you directly like highlight and it says like Hitler quote this and you promote it's like, I don't think that's because like Louis Farrakhan be saying shit like stuff like that all the time, right? But when you put the Hitler in front of it, it's kind of like just thinking as a logical person with a platform. Would I ever want to promote that I'm like I'm agreeing with this Hitler thing? Even if you do agree with it, it's like I'm not gonna really back the Hitler quote.
As a football player, I'm not dying on the stage. That's a ledge you have to die on.
Even as a media person, though, it's like the Hitler quote.
As a media person,
because Hitler, nobody likes Hitler except for like people who want to be Nazis. You know, it's like it don't even matter. Like that's Hitler, so it's like
we can have. It's a deep conversation. I don't want to have it on here.
But I don't even. I'm so like ignorant to like Jewish things and like people say they run everything. I'm so ignorant to I don't even know. I know people say that. I know if you look up certain people that run certain corporations, yeah, they are Jewish. But I don't know if there's like a I don't know. But they do say that's like anti-Semitic rhetoric that Hitler did use to get people to hate the Jews. So it's like I don't know. But like I said, man, make sure you subscribe on all channels, YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify. Make sure I share it. Make sure you subscribe on, y'all good on Spotify, y'all good on iTunes, y'all good on what I tell you every time. But go subscribe to the YouTube channel. Absolutely Unsure on YouTube. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram. I don't want you to follow me there. Follow me. I want to follow the podcast social media. Follow Absolutely Share. You can follow my personal shit. You can follow D-Friend Show too. That's on YouTube and on Instagram.
Awesome, man. DNA.
See you guys next time, man. It's your boy D-Friend.